Someone's gonna help me, ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne
back. What's up, guys? I had the Cash and Tickets intro on. I don't know, I kind of like that intro. It's pretty good. I dig it. So figured I'd let it ride. I'll put the good old TFTG back up on there. Mike's late, or I don't know, something's going on. So right now it'll at least just be old El Capitan. Everybody, we do have the I Am Athlete video to discuss. There was some interesting things, context to everything. I do have some timestamps. I will pull the video up. We will dissect it and go through it like everything else. Also got some articles we're going to go over. Talk about the Jaylen Waddle, Tyreek Hill race a little bit. They had a draft prospect come in today to the Dolphins. And also there's an article written by Dave Hyde that kind of does like a whole timelining of the Tom Brady, Sean Payton offseason, Brian Flores lawsuit thing, which I found it to be pretty informative and a good perspective of the entire thing that's going on. So figure we'll go over that as well. But before we do, guys, make sure you're hitting that like button, everybody, and make sure you're catching all the great content. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, we got live at 9, Tonk 7 TMI Tuesday with color commentary on there with them. Right after that, we got open mic with Mike on the mic. You can catch him again on Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern with Drop the Mic. Late night color commentary Thursday nights. Everybody already know it was a great one last Thursday, guys. You should go back and check it out if you haven't. And every other night of the week, you got the Fins Tailgate. El Capitan. Help support the show with Cash App, Venmo, the Fins Tailgate, or support the show by buying yourself some gear through Fanatics or some of our own gear as well. Links are in the description below. And, What's happening, y'all? What's going on, guys? I see everybody getting in here early. Color in here early. Then Carla. What's happening, Carla? California. Q, my guy. Raul. That's right, Q. Everybody hit like and subscribe. Finn's family. Squid Game's up in here. Creator of all. What's up? Finn's up, everybody. Thomas, Bill. Haven't heard a peep on the Debo trade, man. Honestly, it's dead silent. It's dead silent. That's the only news I've gotten is that it seems like there's contingency plans, doesn't there? Andres, what's up, my brother? Thomas, what's going on? We ain't getting Debo. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I haven't heard anything out of it in a while. Roadrunner, what's up, my guy? Scott, what's happening? I mean, it is what it is, Scott. Jeff, what's happening, my brother? So, yeah, guys, hit the like button. Before we get going, let's go ahead and get those likes up before we get started here. We'll pull this up. I think what we'll start with is this article, because I'm going to give Mike some time to hop in here if he can. I don't know where he's at. What's happening, Mark? What's up, my guy? All right, let's talk about the draft prospect they brought in. So it's an article by Barry Jackson. It's entitled Barry Jackson, Miami Herald, fire. Miami Dolphins bring in a talented draft prospect who started in national title game. So the Dolphins, who still need a long-term solution at inside linebacker along Jerome Baker, and we talked about this at length yesterday. To me, inside linebacker is the one piece that allows the defense to just function and Mike McDaniel be able to put more of his efforts in on the offensive side, which I know we all feel great about the weapons we have at this point. And let me take these off. We all feel great about the weapons we have at this point, and, excited about, signing Teron Armstead. But we got to remember, this is a rookie head coach, all new offensive coaching staff, some new defensive coaching staff. This is a turnover. We got weapons. There's been some answers, but there's a whole new scheme coming. So we pick up an inside linebacker or in the draft and get lucky somehow by finding a guy that we come, out of camp, looking towards week one and feeling like we have answers at inside linebacker. That's gonna bode real well for this football team. So that would be ideal. And again, it would allow our head coach to focus on what he can control the best, the offense. So back to the article. Looking for long-term solutions at inside linebacker alongside Jerome Baker. Had a recent South Florida visit from one of the draft prospects, top 10 prospects at the position, Georgia's Channing Tindall met with the Dolphins, or Tyndall. I don't know. It's Tindall. Met with the Dolphins officials at team headquarters last week on Georgia's 2021 national championship team. He was overall shadowed to an extent by two other linebackers who are projected to go in the first round, and Quay Walker and Nakobe Dean. So, which I don't know if Quay Walker will go in the first round. I think Nakobe Dean will, but Quay's still fucking good too. But Tyndall, he's 6'2", 230 pounds. He had 67 tackles, including 7.5 of those for a loss, 5.5 sacks, forced fumble in 15 games last season. It was named second team All SEC. He was an outstanding in the national championship game when the win against Alabama, matching a career high with 8 tackles, including 1.5 sacks for a loss, plus a sack plus a sack and 5 quarterback pressures. So he had 1.5 tackles for a loss out of those 8 tackles, and he had a sack plus 5 quarterback pressures. So they probably brought him on some good blitzes up the gut, and he did some damage. He had 12 sacks in 4 years and 38 games in Georgia. NFL.com's Leigh Zerline called Tyndall an inside linebacker who's proven his toughness and dependability in Georgia. Tyndall played in a great scheme surrounded by NFL prospects, so projecting his pro potential is a little trickier. He has average size and instincts for work in between the tackles, but the pursuit and speed and tackling talent to run and hit from sideline to sideline is good. Play recognition versus the run and pass should improve by additional playing time. Tyndall should be an early backup and an instant 4-phase special teamer with potential, to elevate up into a starting role. See, the Dolphins have 4 picks in the draft. I'm looking, seeing here. So they did bring this young man in on one of the 30 for 30 visits in a position of need. So maybe if he's sitting there in the 3rd round, maybe this is someone we're looking at. Again, it would feel nice to me. And I don't know, just call it balance, if you will. We're spending all this money on the offense, spend some of the draft pick on that, and try to get a little bit, make sure don't forget that we need this defense. You know what I'm saying? We kept it intact, and I'm worried about Boyer. Okay, I think we all are. The narrative during the season was Boyer's calling the plays. That's why the plays suck. Flo took over, and now we're doing better. Well, now that Flo's gone, it's Flo was calling the plays, then Boyer took over, so nobody really knows. What I do know is that Flo's gone, Boyer's here, and there's also some other pieces missing. So, and the coach we brought in, I want to focus on the offense. So we had at least some depth, something behind Landon Roberts. I think, he looks healthy. I've seen him in some workout pictures. He looks great, but I don't want to count on Landon Roberts all season. We know he just plays that kind of football. He could hurt himself, really. You know what I'm saying? He comes down, he lays the wood and messes his elbow or his shoulder up, that he's always dealing with those nagging injuries. So I worry about those kind of things when it comes to the linebacker position. And what we don't want is having Jerome Baker as the inside linebacker. It doesn't help us at all, and it's a complete waste of his talent and his skill set for what we really want him to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. The next article I'll touch on was something that we're gonna. Well, actually, you know what? I'll wait for on that one because then I'll get to the video. So, kind of sick of talking about Brady and Sean Payton and stuff like that, but it's good for us to stay as well informed on this, because part of the Flores lawsuit indicates that there was a trying to get the coach to meet with Brady illegally, barring league rules. What's up, Court Sonic? There's, I don't know, man. And I forget where I was listening to it or someone was talking about it. I know we spoke on it, but it's real odd when Sean Payton retires, Brady retires, then we come to find out that there was an effort for the Dolphins to get them both, which, hey, I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? It seems like a pretty good idea. And it also seemed like that kind of shit was happening because it was all about big time moves for the Dolphins all offseason. John Harbaugh, all these things were on the table for the Dolphins. The rumors and the words, it was just flying around with madness. It really, really was. So I'm going to go over this timelined article that Dave Hyde put together from the Sun Sentinel. Basically starts it off with in late January as the Miami Dolphins slow-cooked their coaching hire, a team source was asked about the strange, sluggish pace. And, this was the point where coaches were getting hired and us Dolphin fans were like, what's going on right now? Is Harbaugh coming? Doug Peterson signed with Jacksonville. It just really seemed like, I don't know, just seemed like there was a lot of weird things happening around this time. So just wait. This will be big, a source said. Back to the article. The Dolphins hoping to land Super Bowl winners Tom Brady as quarterback and Sean Payton as coach. The South Florida Sun Sentinel confirmed their year-long plans were undone in part by former coach Brian Flores' discrimination lawsuit against the NFL that involves Dolphins owner Stephen Ross. Now, you just heard it. Sun Sentinel confirms. So this isn't hearsay anymore, and I think that's kind of the point. And this is all going to come back with these confirmations of, in part, to what Flores alleges out of the team. All of which puts the Dolphins off-season spending splurge and perhaps their future in a different context. The hope was to marry Super Bowl winners Peyton and Brady with big-time free agent wide receiver Tyreek Hill and tackle Teron Armstead, and voila, become instant contenders. Instant box office hits too. Brady, Peyton, their young players and free agent buys. As one source said, you'd have needed to add security at the ticket window. Instead, the Dolphins hired a first-time head coach, Mike McDaniel, and endorsed Tua as the quarterback. But there was what might have been file over the past 2 decades of missed players and mistimed decisions, add perhaps most seductive chapter of all, meaning this exact scenario, because I'm guessing he's alluding to, Drew Brees being the quarterback with Nick Saban and all that stuff. Their chase of Brady and Peyton, as first reported by Pro Football Talk and the Boston Globe, was real and would have been spectacular. Now, this kind of goes back to what I was hearing in these times where, people were talking about stuff's going to break the internet, and now they're still talking about it, but I don't know. Was this the break the internet thing that we were hearing about? Because could you imagine if Peyton and Brady and Tyreek Hill and Teron Armstead are all on this team at this point, with Tua probably kept as the quarterback, because none of that no need for him to leave. I mean, why would you? It would have definitely broke the internet. But there's also other speculations of what sports writers and beat writers were talking about in context to maybe a ruling being handed down with all the lawsuits from the NFL. But I digress. Peyton re-signed, all the timelines confirmed the source in national reports. Peyton re-signed as New Orleans Saints coach on January 25th, but said he planned to coach again. I'm guessing that's a didn't re-sign. It says Peyton re-signed as a New Orleans Saints head coach, but Brady stepped away from Tampa on Brady stepped away from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers February 1st, but didn't say he was retired or file retirement paperwork with the NFL. The Dolphins plan to introduce Brady in the team management before on February 13th Super Bowl. Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio reported. He initially be given the executive/ownership role, similar to like Derek Jeter had with the Marlins. Ben Volen of the Boston Globe reported before he decided to play quarterback. So essentially this was the plan. He was going to come in as executive ownership, all this nonsense, yada, yada. The role involved the specter of ownership, the Sun Sentinel confirmed, and grew out of Ross and owner in waiting Bruce Beal's relationship with Brady. It also involved two deteriorating relationships with Ross and Flores, and Tampa and Brady at that time with Bruce Arians, which, for anybody who didn't know, Brady and Bruce Arians butted heads. It seems like things are worked out over there as of now, but although he's retired as coach, he's still a part of the team. So we'll see how that plays out up there. Brady, as in New England, showed up each Tuesday morning with a game plan for the following Sunday. A source said he expected coaches to do the same. Arians, busy with other work, wasn't ready at that early point in the work week to complete a full game plan. It became representative of a smallish but significant problem between the two of those men. Meanwhile, the Dolphins' recruitment of Brady was supposed to be a three-pronged effort. Ross, who was a big donor in the University of Michigan, Brady's alma mater, and Beal, who social friends with Brady and his wife, Giselle, and Flores, who as a New England Patriot, defensive assistant for 15 years when Brady was there. The big picture could have also included Vic Fangio, considered to be one of the league's top defensive coordinators, and Mike Westhoff, who was legendary special teams. So this was something that was also speculated upon. And Ross and Beal did their parts. Flores, though, wanted to trade for Houston quarterback Deshaun Watson, who remains involved in the legal suit, but has now been traded to Cleveland. Flores wrote in the lawsuit, Ross began to pressure Flores to recruit and promote quarterback in violation of league tampering rules. The quarterback, whose sources identified as Brady, arrived at the marina where Ross invited Flores to lunch for the Super Bowl weekend in 2020 in Miami. It was the same week Brady attended a Beal party on Star Island. Ross and Dolphins legend Dan Marino also attended the party. Damn, dude, they're wrapping up Dan the Man in all this too, guys. I don't like this. Flores said the Marina incident and more significant, his refusal to lose games in 2019 was reasons that led to his oust in January 10th on the first day of the season. On February 1st, the same day Brady retires, Flores announced his lawsuit against the NFL. The Dolphins coaching interviews had noticeably stopped in days leading to that. They announced that they would have secondary interviews the following week with two coaches from other teams, Mike McDaniel and Dallas offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. A little bit of a hiatus, NFL Network Ian Rappaport said of the Dolphins interview when they interviewed Moore again on February 4th. The reason for the delay is clear. The plan was for Peyton to provide a winning partnership with Brady. Peyton was still under contract with New Orleans. Dolphins general manager Chris Greer said New Orleans was asked for permission to talk to Peyton, but was denied. Peyton's coming was contingent on Brady. So Flores' lawsuit stopped all of this from happening. Why? Well, one allegation is Ross offered $100,000 a game to lose if the game-fixing charge is proven true. Ross could be forced to sell the team by league, that would put the ownership in question, including Brady's stake. So maybe that's why this whole plan stopped, which leaves us where? Well, if the Marina visit involved tampering charges, as Flores suggested in a lawsuit, this big plan to get Brady and Peyton raises more issues. The question is how much Peyton and Brady knew about being pursued in this grand scheme that they're talking about. It's hard to imagine these plans went anywhere without Brady's approval. So once again, we know Brady's kind of a rule bender. That's not been... I don't think people can really question that. We've seen plenty of that happen in New England. If the Dolphins don't win this year, will Ross turn attention again to Peyton and Brady? Brady, who will turn 45 years old in August. He's building a lavish home in Indian Creek in Miami Beach. His contract hasn't been redone in Tampa yet. Until it is, it really does leave this window for a Brady Peyton 2023. And man, dude, I said this, look, if shout out to Esta, who was hosting a Twitter space, and EM was in there, and a lot of people were in the Twitter space. It was a great one. You know, and I said this before on the show, I get it. It's like you can't beat him, join him with Brady. And I don't like that. I don't. It's like an admitting to defeat. Now, it's weird because at the same time, so say the Dolphins get Peyton and Brady with this team. I mean, you can almost assume a Super Bowl. And not only would you get the Super Bowl that I know we all want, when Brady gets his gold jacket enshrined in infamy, winning winning with 3 different teams Super Bowls, the Dolphins will be on that emblem where he won to make this thing. But dude, I don't know if I want to be a part of that. Like, it's a bittersweetness. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, AB, it's on Twitter. Yeah, he was doing that. Nah, you know what? I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't call it Tua hate as much as you know. I don't know. Twitter's full of hate all over the place. It's hard to without facial expressions and dialogue back and forth. It's really hard to like get where people are coming from. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lost in translation here sometimes without talking in this way. AB. But as far as getting Brady, like, I mean, it would depend on what comes. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they get Brady and they keep him for 2 years. They don't have to get rid of Tua. Why would you? You still have him for 2 years if you do it right. And they win a Super Bowl inside 2 years. I mean, I would love this. But at the same time, like, I would feel like I gave in to just, again, I can't beat him. I got to join him. I don't like that. That's like a loser mentality to me in some ways. Yeah, I'll feel good and I'll buy the Super Bowl champ swag and hat and bullshit and be an asshole like the rest of people who win Super Bowls, because I don't even know how that feels. I have no idea. I've never won one. Well, I won't win it either, but I've never been a part of a team that won the Super Bowl. But and Dami, I agree. They are going to give the kid the year, and they should. But this goes to something we were saying is this is the most pressure Tua has ever been in up forever. I mean, and be real, Tua, lovers in a way where everything that comes out of Tua that's not sparkling reviews is considered hate speech to you guys. Just have a little bit of relax here and just think, why does everyone want this guy's job? You know what I'm saying? What makes them think that they can take his job away from him? And the team not believing in him too. And this is something TD was talking about, is that the team has shown a time and time again what they think of Tua. Now they say, yeah, Brian Flores wanted Deshaun, but they weren't opposed to Deshaun or to Tom Brady. And they packaged a deal together to go and get Joe Burrow. So really, it's been ownership and upper management up to this point, other than Mike McDaniel, who's been brought in to get it right for Tua. But he doesn't call the shots. And so Tua balls out this year, and it puts the team in the best position possible. That's the thing. Well, Jeremiah, you don't have to believe the Brady talk. I'm telling you, it's for certain. I'm telling you, it was a deal being the roads were being paved to come to that point where Brady would be a Dolphin. Now it got derailed because of all the legal matters, Jeremiah. I mean, it's a certainty. You don't have to believe anything. Now, Does he come next year? That's all speculation at this point. What's up, Fins up 74? You know, so Tua answers and silences doubters in a way, or at least gets people around the NFL, quarterbacks and contemporaries alike, to view him as a guy you can't take his job from. If he can do that, then we're in the best position of all time, because we'll be able to have first round draft picks, 2 of them next year. Well, I don't know. This don't sound good either. Which is why, again, and I'll touch on this real quick. What's up, Nikolai? The Debo talk and how people think it doesn't happen. Well, the confirmation of these events with Brady and Peyton. I mean, think about that. They were asked to talk to Peyton. They were told, no, you can't talk to Peyton. Peyton retires, and they talk to him anyhow. That's tampering, all this dirty dealing. Now, I kind of like it. It's real winning way. If you ain't trying to cheat, you ain't trying to win. And I don't like that shit either. I like to win with hard work, but I don't know. I mean, listen, we don't know. What if Stephen Ross has some terminally ill, thing going on? What if his days are numbered? He wouldn't tell anybody that, because when you're a billionaire, you don't tell people that. All your stock in your company goes down. What if his days are numbered? You know what I'm saying? What if he's willing to do whatever it takes to win, and he's certainly acting like it, with a little bit of bending the rules and, let's face it, cheating a little bit. Whatever. But it's weird, because this timeline checks out. There's confirmations, radio and newspapers and big time head honcho guys are confirming these things these days. What's up, Mike? So we know it did look, if we go back to how we were thinking and feeling during the coaching search, remember how pissed you guys were, Dolphins fans? First of all, the meeting with Harbaugh and Brady, and we're like, oh, da-da-da. And they were like, yeah, we're trying to get Harbaugh and Brady to come to the Dolphins. And that shit looked real. And I'm sure that was one of the things written. Everything was on the table back then, guys. And a lot of people were saying that McDaniel was the backup plan and that Tua was the backup plan, which to me doesn't seem like the backup plan. I think it was the original plan. I think the owner, again, is trying to do things. If you want to know whose plan we're on right now, this is Chris Greer's plan, because it was very easy to see when it was tank for Tua, what we were trying to do. He wanted to build a team like how it looks now, with a quarterback like Tua, with the upside of having draft picks and not paying a quarterback top tier money, and trying to find a way to, not just win, but be a winner for a long time. So, and CC, there's no arguing with some of his performances as far as bad. I will say this, to me, he definitely looks the healthiest he's ever been. And I think he's going to take it and answer it. And if he doesn't right now, it's going to be a long career for Tua, because this team's moving. They're trying to move up, and then they don't care whose feelings get hurt. And we're going to watch that, a couple clips. Well, not necessarily clips, but I got a couple of timestamps of the I Am Athlete when they talk about Tua, and just some body language I noticed from Jaylen Waddle, but we'll discuss that. But we'll start that before the video with an article about Omar Kelly, who was in the I Am Athlete video doing the interview with Chase Jamar Chase and Jaylen Waddle. Now he did ask him about the Tyreek Hill race and what's he gonna learn from him and stuff like that. And so I'll just go ahead and read this quick article. Weston, Omar Kelly. Dominance can be established when you are an elite level athlete, whether it's your strength or your speed. There's only one way to be the man on the top of the tier of the mountain. So challenges often occur. And that's the deal. When you Kang and you wear the crown, sometimes you got to go out there and test your mettle. And that's what Tyreek Hill does. And I think we can respect that dog in him. So that's why Miami Dolphins wide receiver Jaylen Waddle expected Tyreek Hill to challenge him to a race before the 6-time Pro Bowl player, who was nicknamed the Cheetah, actually did so in an introductory news conference last month. So, I mean, Jaylen Waddle seen him coming. He's like, ooh, I got to get ready. Wherever I go, the Cheetah has always got to prove himself as the fastest on the team, Hill said. I mean that. That's what he said. I love that, boy. It was not surprising to Waddle, who is accustomed to racing his teammates going back to the days of University of Alabama, where he was the team. He was a teammate of 4 wide receivers that went in the first round. Mechie is coming too. So that'll be 5. There'll be like 7 in total that go in the first round. So I'm sure these kids are racing all the time. Jaylen Waddle says, I already knew it was coming. Jaylen Waddle told me during the sit down and I Am Athlete podcast. I was literally in the middle of the workout when my trainer said, y'all just got Tyreek. What was Waddle's reaction to the transaction that stripped Miami of 5 draft picks over the next 2 years, but landed a superstar talent and arguably the NFL's biggest playmaking wide receiver the past 5 or 6 seasons? I'm running around the gym I'm running around the gym and then I'm like, okay, Waddle explaining his celebration when he actually admitted it was a little self-serving. Waddle's smart enough to know that Hill's presence on the football field and his reputation as a playmaker who can take quick hitch runs to the length of the field for a touchdown will feed him a steady diet of one-on-one coverage. The next day, I said to myself, I know he's going to try to race, so let me do these legs real quick, Waddle said, referring to his leg workout. I already knew the race was going to come. But Waddle, who set an NFL record as a rookie wide receiver with 104 passes caught during the season, leading into 1,015 yards and 6 touchdowns, doesn't want to just race Hill. He's interested in learning how to the fast catch specialist who carved out potential Hall of Fame career with the 6 seasons of the Kansas City Chiefs. Being my size, we're not necessarily the same size, but we're the same type of player, same caliber of player, Waddle said, referring to his run after catch skills and that he showcased in Alabama, which motivated the Dolphins to select him 6th overall in last year's draft. Last year's coaching staff turned Waddle into a slot wide receiver, primarily using him moving the change, converting first downs. As we know, the Jarvis Landry role, as we say, underutilized, not using him where you want to get the kid in some space and see what he can do. But the Dolphins have a new set of offensive coaches, led by first-year coach Mike McDaniel, who views him differently. And with Hill and fellow newcomer Cedric Wilson, who is primarily used as the slot wide receiver in Dallas, added to the team, Waddle expects his role to change. He hopes Hill can teach him some of the tricks of the trade, like how to read cornerbacks' stance and footwork and set him up for routes. He's going into his 7th year. He's had tremendous success. I can learn a lot from him if he's willing to teach it, Waddle said of Hill, who has scored 67 NFL touchdowns. I'm going to soak it all up in the game. Waddle said that the workouts on the particulars with the race, including that, also Raheem Mostert is fast and he runs 23 miles an hour in a game. So maybe it'll be a whole track meet and this whole team getting it. You know what I'm saying? Man, can't wait to see this shit in action with some pads on. Maybe the race will conclude the Dolphins offseason program, which begins in the 2nd week or is opening up training, or maybe they'll do it in August when they open it up. Maybe it'll be for charity. That would be cool. He's a furious competitor, just like I am. Hill said about Waddle, who was clocked running a 4.37 on the 40-yard dash on a surgically repaired right ankle before last year's draft. Young guy who wants to compete, who loves the game, who just wants to get better. I'm excited to be a part of that, and that's what's going to fuel me to get better. So I don't know how y'all don't hear a couple quotes from Tyreek and a couple quotes from Jaylen Waddle talking about each other and how it's going to be without getting just jacked up, boy. I just don't know. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and get this I Am Athlete video ready and set to go, ladies and gentlemen. And I see you all getting crunk in the chats. I hope y'all are watching each other. So, guys, before we get going, make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're checking out all the great programming we have here. Tomorrow, live at 9, Tonk 7 TMI Tuesdays with color commentary on there. Right after that, you got Open Mic with Mike on the Mic. Catch him again on Saturday with Drop the Mic. Thursday nights is late night color commentary. Can't wait. And you can catch El Capitan with the Fins Tailgate all the other nights of the week. Cash App, Venmo, help support the show. Super Chat is live and in action. Fanatics is live and in action. Make sure you guys are helping out. So let's go ahead and find this video. Where the hell? Okay, so I got these timestamps. This is where Omar Kelly kind of discusses. All right, let me get it all ready for you guys. He asks him about the Tyreek Hill race a little bit. I can't play all of it, but I can play bits and pieces, as you guys know. So trying to keep ourselves from getting booted off YouTube. I mean, these guys can't afford I Am Athlete kickbacks yet. One day, maybe. Try to get Chad Johnson on this mo right now. So let's how cool is freaking Chad Johnson too, man? I mean, Ocho Cinco is so fucking cool. Guy lives the life, bro. All right, let's see.
He wants a race. He has to establish his dominance as the fastest man on the team. Are you open and willing to accept that challenge?
I already knew this was coming as soon as I seen it. I'm literally in the middle of workout. My trainer come like, man, I just got Tyreek Hill. I'm like, I'm running around the gym. I'm like, okay then, whatever. But boy, I think the next day I say, man, I know he gonna try to race. Let me get on those legs real quick. Hit the legs. I'm like, I already knew that was coming. Yeah, we for sure gonna. I already know it's gonna come.
Man, two completely different personalities. Waddle and Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, I don't know. I like him. I think he's got a great personality. Kind of little Scarface personality. Jaylen Waddle seems a little bit more of, I don't want to say sweet because I don't want him not to sound like he ain't got the dog in him, but he just seems like one of the nicest young men of all time, bro. He really just seems like such a nice guy. Shout out Miss Fins. What's happening, Miss Fins? How you doing? Hit the like, subscribe, you guys. Share the show. Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. Holler at your boy and come on over here to YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Trying to get up there in the numbers. So let's get back to it.
I don't know if it's gonna be like in front of people or
He the fastest I done seen in person or played against, and that's hard.
We got a running back, 20 miles per hour too. Oh yeah, Morster.
Yeah, y'all got a real track team now.
So I know he gonna get in on it too. So it's gonna be a track meet for sure. Nah, we for sure gonna race. I already know.
How much do you think all of that speed is gonna?
So real quick in the comments, and I asked this on the panel the other night: who wins? Waddle, Hill, Mozart? Let me know in the comments, you guys. Who wins? Does Waddle win? Does Tyreek Hill win? Let's take bets. Maybe I'll give you guys odds. Ooh, well, I'll watch out. A mob come over here and put a working on me. maybe, you know, we'd really need to get this Patreon program working out so I can have some like closed circuit shows so we could do some bets and shit. You know what I'm saying? Do some other stuff. Something I don't want recorded, as y'all know. That's when the show get. When the show takes that next step, man, I feel it. I'm seeing a lot of Hill. Not sure, but I'm going to ride with Waddle. California says, what's good, El Cap? King Mill, winner of the jersey. Going to get that sent out to you right away, King. Here, as soon as you text me the size of the jersey, I got the hats getting ready to send out tomorrow, and I'll have that sent to you. See what else. Fins Up says Waddle. Andre says Hill. All right, I'm seeing some Waddles and some Hills. I you know what? I'm riding on Waddle taking this, guys. Young buck coming for the crown. Finally, Tyreek Hill. The days of you smoking everybody in races are numbered. Can you guys imagine the shit talking and not necessarily shit talking, but just the competitiveness and how it'll be viewed by everyone if Waddle beats Hill in a race? Could you imagine? That'll be great. I love the competitive spirit, though. That's the thing what I like.
Try to open up the offense for the team.
I ain't gonna lie, like, it's one thing you can't coach, like speed, it's unmatched. You don't really got no answer for that. You can try to game plan for it. You can try to, ain't nothing like one.
So I want you guys to pay attention to Waddle, how he looks, how he sounds, his body language, things like that as he's answering these questions. Because in some ways, I see him as a young man who's, you know, I don't want to say nervous. I would say more excited around, you know, these other athletes in this setting. He's not really the type of guy that I don't think he's going to be whipping up an acting career. You know what I'm saying? He seems to be just a very modest, down to earth kind of young man, and you can see the glee in his face, in the room, soaking it all up. But just pay attention to his body language and the words that are coming out and stuff like that, and I'll touch on why later.
It's going. So I feel like it's gonna open up everything from in the backfield, from running game, passing game, play action. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's gonna be a learning experience, but I think it's gonna be fun.
Even though it's still early, I know Mike McDaniels is offensive-minded coach, right? Yeah. Have you had a chance to get any snippet or just a idea what the offense is going to be like? Since I'm assuming it's going to be different this year.
I think you just look back at all the teams that he's been a part of. Right. Like he was in Atlanta, he was with San Fran. Like just go. See,
this is kind of what I was pointing out. You notice now he doesn't really know what to expect. I mean, it's kind of putting him on. He can only know as much as we know. As far as Mike McDaniel, he hasn't gotten the offense. I'm sure they're doing things, and maybe he's gotten the offense, but you see, I don't want to say he's nervous. He's trying to give him the right answers and be, candid at the same time. He's not trying to be fake. He's just trying to, do right. And I'll rewind it just a little bit to, he's a smart young man. And, I just like the kid so much, man. I got to say.
It's going to open up everything from in the backfield, from running game, passing game, play action. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's going to be a learning experience, but I think it's going to be fun.
Even though it's still early, I know Mike McDaniels is offensive-minded coach, right?
Yeah, it is.
Have you had a chance to get any snippet or just a
watch what I'm talking
idea?
This is what I'm talking about. Like just see
what the offense is going to be like, since I'm assuming it's going to be different this year.
I think you just look back at all the teams that he's been a part of. Right. Like he was in Atlanta, he was with San Fran. Like just go back and look at it. I feel like it's a system that's established, and had success. So I think we're gonna kind of
see. He's like, listen, system, schmistem. I'm fast as fuck. Throw me the football with some space, and I'm gonna take care of business. I think that's where his mindset's going now. He knows that it doesn't matter a lot. He's got to control what he's got to control, and they talk about this at another point too, and you guys will see it.
compliment, but different weapons, different teams. So I feel like he's gonna add his own mix to it and try to work with what we got.
You had obviously an interesting. He had a honeymoon season. He went to the Super Bowl. I mean, does it get any better than that?
It wasn't a honeymoon. It wasn't a honeymoon unless I won.
That's the hardest thing to do.
Honeymoon season is going home early.
One honeymoon unless I won.
Hold on, let's see.
You know how difficult it is, but I played what 12 years, ain't sniffed the accent, man. Accent, man. Don't care. Oh, I'm sorry.
There we go.
It's football. It's passion behind it. It's like having sex.
When you see everything that happened with the team transpired in the offseason, obviously you thought the turnaround was probably going to save Brian Flores, and then it doesn't save Brian Flores, and then Brian Flores comes out with the lawsuit against the team, claiming racial discrimination against the league.
Poor friggin' Jaylen Waddle getting, the tough questions that the fucking owner should be really getting. And, I don't want to say Omar's coming at him, but he kind of, what I noticed? I seen the elder statesman players protect him a little bit when Omar started questioning him about this. I don't know if it's this question or another one that I have time stamped here, but the guys were like, look, he can't talk about that shit,
Racial discrimination against the Dolphins. What do you think as a player?
Me, I try to stay in the player's lane. Like, I try to let the higher ups be the higher ups, the coaches be the coaches, let the players be the players. So I try not to really get into what's going on up there or what they're doing. At the end of the day, I'm gonna go out there and play with the guys in the locker room, not the coaches, not the higher up. So I try to stay in the player's lane.
Beautifully answered. And you could tell that's how he came from the heart with that a little bit too. Like, I can't control that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here for the time they're going to keep me around and control what I control. And, that's why, there's obviously something that gets lost. These are jobs. There is team and there is a lot of, togetherness. And really when they go beyond the job and play together in that way is when you really start winning football. But at the end of the day, you can only control what you can control. And it was a very smart answer by the young man. Omar asked a hard question and he answered it well. I'm sure Omar's that face right there is like, great answer, young man.
I trust in the organization just like I trust in the coaches to do their job and try to do it as best they can. But that's just my take on it.
Hey, Jay, so we're going to flip that. So as the
See, all right, this is what I mean. They kind of come in and get it off there.
A player, as a guy in the locker room that, you create bonds with. You had a teammate that you used to play with that went through a tragic situation, Henry.
They're talking about Henry Ruggs and all that. I'm going to move on further in the video. I'm skipping around. I'm going to go back here in a minute, but I wanted to get to this part. All right.
What do you hope to learn about yourselves and about the NFL?
You know what I'm saying? As I'm going through this process, I'm still becoming a man myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm 22, like I said. I'm still going through adversity. You know what I'm saying? This is still the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even made it to a second contract, to be honest. So, I just want to grow. You know what I'm saying? Get more smarter in the game. And
I will say this: for as much reservation I had on Chase missing a year of football and what kind of athlete he would come out, He's as advertised, Jamar Chase. He's a hard ass worker, and you know, I gotta say the kid is A+ up and down, superstar, gonna be a superstar one day if he can keep this pace. And he's got a you know, some of that other stuff, that off-field stuff that you could tell that he could have success in. He talks a little bit about it.
Outside of football, you know, business-wise,
This is smart
I'm gonna
here.
start myself a sock business. You know what I'm saying? I'm an athlete, so
He's gonna start himself a sock business. Fucking genius, dude.
if you're an athlete, you know you lose socks. Like, that's a fact. That's 100% a fact. If you're an athlete and you're a football player, you lose socks 24/7. They got holes in them. You don't know how. Real talk. So I'm gonna do me a little sock business. So I think that's something that's gonna blow up with ease. You know what I'm saying? Clothing brand. I already got some stuff
Genius.
coming out. So just, you know, trying to be myself, you know, and be creative at the same time.
That's one of the things I love when players take advantage of, you know, you're making a lot of money and you're a young man, and this isn't, you know, it's winning the lottery that can almost be stolen from you in some instances, which is why I like that Stephen Ross and the Dolphins have that off-season program where they do financial education and they teach people, and it's like open invite. It's really cool. And to see young guys like Jamar Chase not just sitting by and soaking it in, being who he is, but capitalizing in a way. Now, I don't want to say that is a negative if you're not, because Waddle says that he's not doing any of these things. I could also understand when you need a breather too. It seems like Jaylen Waddle's been go, and this is the first time he's been able to sit and breathe, and it looks like he's enjoying his life a little bit, which it's all work and good to have aspirations and want to be great, but gotta take care of mind, you know, sometimes as well. And I think the kid's doing himself some service. He's getting ready to talk about it now.
Hey, you Jaylen?
Yeah, the NFL, I mean, I'm just gonna learn as it comes. You know, I feel like first year, you only could know so much, so you gotta learn as you kind of like go through it. But business-wise, I was actually just in here and probably like less than a month ago, the Dolphins had a business combine, and
look, he's talking about what I was just talking about.
Spoke to us and let us walk through and showed us how all this working.
Oh, what? He's Brandon Marshall came there and brought all the guys and showed them how this whole production works. That's pretty fucking cool that Brandon did that.
How all of it. So just gaining more knowledge of like business, how to run a business, how he keep his business going, like how important, you know, the simple things is. He was talking about, you know, communication and how everybody here is just a family. So, I mean, just learning little stuff like that until I finally realized what I really want to invest in. And then when I do invest in something, I know exactly how I want to structure it, how I want it to run.
Smart. You know, he's picking his battle. You know, these are still kids, bro. Like, fuck, at 22, if y'all knew where El Capitan was at 22, certainly wouldn't start. I don't know. I did have a business then, so, but I certainly wasn't like these guys. You know what I'm saying? So, now this was kind of the part I was saving, and it's where they talk about Tua, and I don't want it to come off as I'm speaking negatively about Tua, because that's not the point. I've heard people who have watched it. We were talking about it in Twitter Spaces. I've been listening, checking in comments, and there's kind of, you know, the people that are looking for Jaylen singing the greatest praises about Tua. That's what they're going to hear and see. People looking for him to, you know, have criticisms of Tua, and that's what they want to see. That's what they're going to see. So hopefully try to look at this from a middling of the road perspective. What I did notice is that when he was asked about Tua and he was talking, and all the candid uncomfortableness, but him getting through it, you know, him not being nervous, he was definitely nervous about it. And I can understand, because I'm sure Jaylen Waddle knows how volatile the fan base is towards each other about a quarterback, and just how probably also how unfair a lot of the pressure is that Tua's received up to this point from, and a lot of fans want to blame it on each other, but don't blame it on each other. Blame it on the upper management. Blame it on what the team has done to this point with having coaches and, setting unrealistic expectations, putting the kid out in his rookie year when they shouldn't have, shopping his job out to quarterbacks like Tom Brady and Deshaun Watson. No fans did any of this. The upper management did all of this, made all these scenarios in the light because they've done it. I've just read a confirmed report that they were going after Tom Brady. And we all know on confirmed reports that they were going after Joe Burrow. And that there was also people inside the building that wanted Herbert over Tua. It's just facts, people. And I know people don't want to hear that, but it is. Yes, those are gray hairs in my fucking face, dude. That's right. I work myself to the bone for this fan base. So I run a business during the day. I run this at night. And it's all for you guys and the love for the Dolphins. Just letting y'all know. Realism. So then I talked about body language earlier. So just overanalyze it, if you will. Just humor El Capitan, please. Let me find the right timestamp. Boom. Here we go.
I don't know. From Tua's standpoint, obviously, he's gone through so much in his young career. You've been here for one of the seasons. Coming back from the hip injury, taking over for Ryan Fitzpatrick, starting his second year. I don't even know, coach and Tua not having a close relationship. Now he's got a new coach. What's this start going to be like for him?
So right there, and I paused it at almost the perfect moment. Deer in the headlights. He's fidgeting. Damn, dude, could I have not have paused it on a better fucking point to show the whatever. This poor kid, he knows how much has gone on. He knows all the nonsense. Yeah, Jeremiah, he's kind of smiling, isn't he? So just let him answer.
For him?
Yeah.
Man,
itching his neck.
I mean, Tua one of them guys that you just gotta be around. You gotta know to know his personality.
Did he say you got to deal with, or you got to be around to know his personality? Hold on. Let me just get back.
New coach, what's the start going to be like for him?
For him?
Yeah.
Man, Tua one of them guys that you just gotta be around. You gotta know to know his personality. Like, he's very competitive. That's one thing I say, but I don't want to talk for him, I want him to talk for himself. But I'm just gonna say he's very competitive, and I like him. He one of them guys.
So,
okay. It just seemed, I don't know. And I don't want to overanalyze it. Yes, as I'm overanalyzing it, literally, this is what overanalyzing looks like. I am pausing, rewinding, and judging body language. This is overanalyzation. This is what we get when we got nothing else to talk about, everybody. So
he's always driven like that?
Always. I'm talking about coming in the national championship, second half, throwing the game-winning touchdown. Like, not everybody just going in there and doing that. Like, got the confidence to go in there and do that in the biggest game of his probably career at that point. So, I think just look at a guy work and the guy. For me, that's one of a good friends. So when I hear people say this, that, and the third, I'm like, come on, dog. Like, y'all tripping.
I feel like they're trying to make him the new Baker Mayfield.
Ooh, Omar goes right to the jugular.
Who?
Tua.
Well, he doesn't have that type of persona, though.
No. In terms of,
he don't even talk that much.
So you think they make Baker Mayfield because he talks?
Yeah.
He talk more shit than
You're the
anybody.
quarterback. You're not supposed. If you talk the way you talk, and you got commercials like that, you got to stand on it.
All right, so again, it's overanalyzing, I know. But you could see he was at the very minimum, he was uncomfortable talking about Tua. Didn't want to elaborate too much on anything other than just canned answers. I mean, it's literally, the national championship game. He's a competitor. And if you go and watch the whole video, it's not like how Jamar Chase talked of Burrow. And again, personalities are different. Tua runs it like a business. He's surrounded by a lot of people that depend on him. So I'm sure what he has to take care of in his day-to-day ordeal is completely different. But I don't know, man. It's an odd thing, that whole deal. So, all right, guys, I'm going to drop the link and we'll chat it up for a bit. Boom. Listen, Q, I don't think I'm reading into it too much. I think I'm reading into it perfectly. But also, again, I think it's character of Tua of Jaylen, where he's just, I don't know, just that kind of character. You know what I'm saying? He's a sweet kid. Let's put it that way. A dog on the field, but a sweet guy in real life. What's up, Crypto, my brother?
Hey, what's happening, man?
Am I reading too much into the Jaylen Waddle thing right there? Am I wrong?
No, I mean Jaylen is a smooth operator. He's kind of the quiet kid on the block. He's only loud when he need to be.
Yeah, he loud with his actions, not loud with his words or anything like that. And I can respect that too. In fact,
you gotta remember Marvin Harrison was the same way. He was very quiet.
Amazing comparison, Crypto. Amazing comparison.
Yeah, he was that way. Well, he just did it on the field, you know.
Yeah, just torch on the field. Jerry Rice had a lot of that too. Then again, Jerry Rice could lose his temper, but they all can. Professional, you know what I'm saying? Some of these guys are like that. It's easier for them to be who they are in that way. I like how Jamar Chase kind of sits around like he's the fucking Godfather. I think that's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? He sits around like he's Scarface a little bit. I kind of could dig that.
Did you ever see that pre-draft thing with all three of them was in that house, the draft house? Mm-hmm. Him, Waddle, and Najee Harris. Mm-hmm. You know, they kind of had that little thing going with each other, you know?
Yeah, I know. It was pretty cool. What's happening, Q? What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, Chris? What's up, Capitan? What up, Crypto? You good today, bro?
Huh? What'd you say?
No, I'm just asking you
good. If you're good.
Yeah, I am. I'm always good.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
What you talking
That's
about?
what's up. Hey, man, Chris.
What's good, dog?
I think you're reading into it too much, bro. You're grasping at straws, bro.
I'm definitely
so
not.
Are we reading? We're reading body languages now.
I'm a super observant person, and
bro,
I can read the tea leaves pretty damn good. Now I'm not reading into it in a negative connotation. I'm just putting, first of all, and I've already broke it down. That's why I saved it to last, about talking about what kind of person I believe Jaylen to be as far as character.
Look, he came on record.
He's nervous as hell. He's fidgeting.
No, like he said, he just told you. He just got the call, and then all of a sudden he checked his Insta, and he's trending. People are coming after him. Why? Because that's what the media does. They come after people. The slightest thing you say, they use it against you, and that's why he's in an interview right now. So he's really careful what he's trying to say.
Of course,
but it doesn't mean that he's anything else, bro. It's just that he's just being careful what he says. He doesn't want to say the wrong thing. That's it.
I agree with that, but I also think it's like the UFC. The Daniel Cormier says in UFC, he's not trying to put. I think Waddle's not trying to put the battery into his back. I think he knows that Tua's putting his own battery in his own back. He doesn't need Waddle out there to talk for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, bro.
All right, y'all. I was talking to my old lady. I didn't know. Could y'all hear that?
Nah, we couldn't hear you talking.
All right, cool.
Oh no! I didn't hear that, bro.
Yeah. I listen. again, I know it's overreading into it. That's why I tried to give it some context with the character that is Waddle, as far as how he's handling the interview versus to how Chase is handling it. I don't disagree with you guys, but I don't know. Seemed a little fidgety to me. That's all I'll say.
No,
I also
bro.
want to know why didn't you play the part about him talking about Mac though? Why didn't you play that part?
Yeah.
Come on, Chris.
Yeah.
Come on, Chris.
The reason why he said he explained, he elaborated on why he said he'd rather play with Mac Jones, and that's because he wanted to boost his draft stock.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
he flat out said it.
I think we all agreed upon that. When people were saying, "Oh,
everybody knew that."
Like, I mean, listen.
Yeah, because Devontae Smith said it the week before.
Listen, back when people were crowing about how Tua's terrible and Mac Jones is better because Jaylen Waddle said so, I always was like, dude, that's just him being a good teammate. That guy's getting drafted. The other one already got his first round. To me, that had never had legs at all, bro. I never put any water to that because just look at the two. There's just there's no comparison.
But some guys are still harping on that shit.
I mean, I can.
And you can tell the difference, Chris. You can tell the difference. The way what's his name, Jamar Chase and Jaylen Waddle, the way they do the interview, they're very careful. You listen to Ocho Cinco, he's out there. He's a pro. He's done this before. And he tell you like it is. And what's that other dude that was sitting next to Omar Kelly? Or was it just three of them?
No, he was. I can't remember his name. The dude with the dreadlocks. I know you're talking. Not Omar Kelly. The other cat.
Adam Pac-Man Jones. Adam Pac-Man.
Yeah. You hear them talk. They're very confident. They know what's up. They've been there before. And that's what I'm saying. That's just it. That's why they're fidgety.
They're not.
Part of that also
nervous. They're not under contract. They're not under contract.
They're retired. They ain't worried about what they say.
That's enough. They ain't got to worry about who's paying them now or next. Then. So,
and that's the reason why they're fidgety and nervous. And they're giving off that body language, like, like I got some. I'm not really saying this, but I just need to say this just to say it. If you know what I mean.
First of all,
they just don't want to.
He would never come out and say negative things about him. It kind of just looked like that awkward moment because remember, and I don't know if you guys remember this, and I don't know how old everybody is, but remember when? Oh God, I'll think about it. See if I can find the tape when we had Chad Henne as our quarterback, and they had Brandon Marshall, and they did this interview with Chad Henne and Brandon Marshall there. And there was the whole narrative that the Dolphins interview with both of them in the room. They were trying to make it seem like they were best friends. And you could tell that they hadn't spoke to each other outside of football shit at all. And it was so fucking weird and awkward. And it looked like it was in some like portable that they shot the video in. The whole fucking thing looked cheesy to set up. But there was this, they wanted to sell a narrative that Brandon Marshall's brought in to now Chad Henne and they're best friends. And there's this perfect marriage and stuff. And I think because of how close Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow seem to be, they want to sell a narrative just like media that is critical of things like that. They want to sell the narrative that, hey, they're best friends off the field as well. And that doesn't have to be the fact. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have to hang out at all. As long as they got good rapport and chemistry and work well together on the football field and give a shit if they know each other's name. You know what I'm saying? People forget there's narratives spun one way or the other, whether it's me over analyzing and spinning it to look at it or them over pursuing to try to sell a narrative for you to buy that they're best friends. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Round and round we go, bitches.
that interview was fucking awkward as shit.
You remember that interview? You remember?
I do. You remember Brandon Marshall? He kept on looking up at the ceiling, rolling his eyes and shit.
Fucking weird, bro. It seemed like Brandon Marshall was gonna have a fucking conniption right then and there. You too, Sax, you remember that shit? Sax, man, oh my goodness, dude, that was one of the weirdest things. And Henne just seemed like a fish out of water. It was weird, bro. It made me uncomfortable. I still get creepy crawls on the back of my neck. It was weird. The whole thing. Those Henny days were painful as a motherfucker, guys. They're painful. It's too bad too, because didn't he win a fucking Super Bowl? And he won a Super Bowl
as a backup, but yeah,
it doesn't matter. He won a Super Bowl. It's funny.
Well, I think it does, but
I mean, yeah, it does. But remember, he did also. He had some meaningful stats in the playoffs too.
Yeah,
but didn't we get him being injured?
He was a second round pick, wasn't he?
No, but I'm saying with Chad Henne. Oh no, okay.
Chad Henne.
I'm getting him mixed up with Pennington. My bad.
Yeah, Pennington is who came in after he had that shoulder injury, and then he still played halfway decent, but he wasn't the same.
Good
player
evening,
anymore.
Mr.
He
Polk.
was not the same.
What's up, Mr. Park? Mr. Polk.
Yeah,
Hey,
what's happening, Mr. Polk? How's it going, my brother?
How's everybody doing? Sci-Fi,
Hey, man.
Crypto, Q.
What up, bro?
Hey,
What's
what's
happening?
going on?
Pops. Yeah.
What's happening? That's my uncle there beneath me. Is that jacket you were telling me about that you got today? Dale Earnhardt jacket you got? Let me see it. It's a limited edition Dale Earnhardt.
It's
Senior.
junior.
Is it junior or senior?
What was it?
Junior. Yeah. I thought you got a Winston one.
I do. I got the Winston Cup Series, but I got to give him another $100 until I get it.
Oh. So you just got that one for now?
Yeah, I got the 72-73 commemorative Dolphins jacket. That thing he snagged it off of my hands.
Yeah, my dad got a 72-73 commemorative Dolphins jacket, like how he's wearing. It's got all the names and patches and everything on it, limited edition and shit.
This is the old school, man, because it's got the Goodyear and the champion spark plugs and shit. So,
But not a big race fan, even though I lived over where you live for so long, right by Daytona. I've been to a couple of races. They're fun as hell to go, but I don't know, man.
I wanted to get on. I wanted to talk real quick about what the brass was doing in Miami, and I think I wrote down a comment on it. As far as whenever Tampa Bay, before Brady got there, they were worth like $1.92 billion. And then when Brady showed up, they jumped up $1 billion, literally $1.2 billion. So if you follow the money, and that's all Ross was doing, trying to follow the money by getting Brady in there to make the team worth a hell of a lot more than what it is. That's my thought on that.
I mean, there's definitely a play on that end. I mean, Brady goes and, he's worth $1 billion. That's why, again, when people talk about Brady and he's taking less money, that motherfucker ain't taking no less money. He's just getting paid differently now. And, business is booming in the NFL, and there's more than one way to salary cap. If you don't believe me, think of Teron Armstead and that music deal he got on his way to Miami. Just saying. All is fair in love and war. So
Damn good drop.
all is fair in love and war. So I don't think so, though, Dolphin Johnny. I don't think that was motivating more than what Brady would have as an ownership stake in the team for all that. Plus, I think it's more about immortality to Brady, having the third team with a Super Bowl, literally setting the bar so far away that you'd have to, I don't know what you'd have to do. You'd have to build the cyborg to defeat him.
That's what the Dolphins working on. They put the ball too high.
Well, I don't know. I don't really like. I don't know, man. I don't. If the Dolphins had Brady at this point, like if they go to move on, okay. Other than Tua being an epic fail, gets injured again, and we're like, oh, this motherfucker can't cut it in the NFL. Like it's unanimous. If they move on Brady to that, then I'll feel different. But if we're sitting here with Tua have the ability to grow, or even if Tua they want to move off Tua, but not, I don't know. I would rather go after like Lamar Jackson or something, to be honest. I don't know. It'll taste bad in my mouth having Brady win me the Super Bowl I have wanted my whole life. It'll piss me off. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say it.
Look how much Aaron Rodgers learned sitting behind 6 seasons 6 seasons now. Brett Favre. Okay, Aaron Rodgers learned so much by sitting behind a phenomenal quarterback, and I'm not a Green Bay fan. I'm just going by what he was doing on the field, not his last couple of years. But he learned a lot, and if Tua doesn't get to a point where he can carry this team in close games on his shoulders, he's gone. Period. And if we get somebody as Brady, and we know that he can carry the team on his shoulders, then if he needs to sit behind Brady for 2 or 3 seasons and just learn that and suck it all in, man.
I mean, yeah, yes and no. I don't know. You could have your cake and eat it too if he did something like that.
Eat it, Tua.
Eat it, Tua. Have your cake and eat it at Tua's house. But I don't know, man. Again, I would almost rather say let Brady do whatever Brady wants to do and stick with Tua in a 4th year.
I was about to say, before we get to sucking it all in, whatever, let's just let the season play out. Brady do Brady things. If it doesn't pan out, Brady, hello, Brady.
I mean, again, I can only go off of, I don't want to say facts because it's not all down to facts, but at least reported, confirmed reports. The team,
love you, brother.
Love you. The team in 19 tried to move up and get a different quarterback, and there was speculation of a little split there. And then in 20, they wanted to go after a different quarterback from the rip. I mean, from the get, they wanted to go after a different quarterback. There was movement for Deshaun, and now we're getting confirmed of movement for Brady. But I'm hoping that's all turned the page at this point. But really, it didn't. This just happened. This was in this. These reports are in late January, February. You know what I'm saying? This is 3 months ago, in the thick of trying to get Peyton and Brady on the Dolphins. So Tua has to understand and feel and know that he's got to put this team on his back and show and really just ward off the organization from giving up on him and in upper management and be upset to a nears or whatever. I'm just telling you fucking facts. The team has done this, and go bitch at Dave Hyde and the Sun Sentinel and the Miami Herald and the Boston Globe and all the other ones. They can't all be together in some mass conspiracy, and all the rumors is just some fucking lie because they really deep down hate to it. That's just ridiculous. No, this is what has happened, and people are reporting on it, and fuck, we might see some actual litigation come down to confirm the shit. So, just saying.
It's just like with Brady. Brady had to sit behind Bledsoe until he got hurt, and then when Brady took over, he carried the team on the shoulder.
So, Mr. Paul, Miami Palkins, do you think it would serve Tua well if Brady came on this football team and he sat behind him for the next 2 years?
My question is, would he go for that? Would Tua go for that?
Well, I mean,
himself?
he has no. What's he gonna do? Quit football? Because that's the only option he's got, or try to force his way out.
Trade or
but who would they trade for? Who would trade for him, knowing that Tua wants out, and the team's giving up on him and stuff like that, and you would never get your value of a 5th pick back. So what does that even look like?
Yeah, I agree. I think that there are a few teams who are that desperate that they may give up a 2nd or 3rd, but you're never getting that 1st round, and surely as fuck not getting the 5th pick back. But yeah, I mean, I think it would benefit him. But I agree with Mr. Polk. Is Tua going to be cool with that? And not even necessarily maybe Tua, but also is Tua's camp going to be okay with that?
And
Exactly.
therein lies the real deal, the camp.
Yeah.
The camp. Therein lies the real ordeal, is perspective to the brand of Tunga Viola perceived as less than QB number 1. that's really where I don't think they can't allow that narrative to be spun. But what's worse to the brand? Shipped off for a 5th round pick? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's a delicate subject. I've never seen anything like this from an organization who had 3 first-round picks and took the top of the 3, the 5th, and picked a quarterback that less than a year later they're potentially shopping to move off of. I've never seen anything like this.
Well, Josh Rosen. I mean, well, we didn't.
Yes.
They didn't have 3 first-round picks, but
there was a
giving
full-on
up so
change
early
of
on the
personnel,
quarterback.
though, too, CT, when that Josh Rosen.
No. I agree.
know?
I'm just saying that's the only example I can think of a team moving this quickly off a quarterback.
Okay.
Drafted
Jorge,
in that high.
Jorge's asking, pardon me, I have to ask, when was confirmed Brady rumors are facts? I just read an article. Go back and watch the beginning because it's Dave Hyde confirmed through the Sun Sentinel. And you can, also every news article outlet are confirming these dates and things from each other. And now whether there was tampering involved, those are the speculatory things. But as far as Peyton being pursued to be on the Dolphins with Brady as the quarterback, those wheels were all in motion. And then there was the Peyton can't, and the Harbaugh was the thing too. And I talked about this back when we were looking for the coaching hire, saying, shit, there's a real play at Harbaugh. And then when I heard Brady, I thought, all right, everyone's full of shit. But now with all these reports coming out, fuck, maybe that was real that I heard. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Chris, I got a question, bro. I don't really know the business end of the things. Does it affect the asking price? The asking price because Tua is still in his rookie deal. Does it affect it? Because I think the other team have to pay his rookie deal.
There's dead cap carried by the Dolphins. So to me, and I've said this before, the team that's been sitting waiting to buy Tua is Carolina. They love him.
Because I think it happened the same thing with what's his name again? We have now Minka, right? Because he was still in his rookie deal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Minka Fitzpatrick.
What about
so what happened there with the?
What are you saying, Q?
No, I'm just asking. Does the rookie deal affect the asking price? Because I think you guys got two first or one first or something like that.
I don't remember.
I don't think you're not getting a first out of Tua unless he balls out this year.
Well, I said this a while back. I mean, think about it right now. At the end of
he's a Hall of Famer, CT. He's guaranteed to ball out. He's a Hall of Famer, CT.
No, I agree. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying legitimately, even because you have New Orleans, you have Carolina, you may have the 49ers because they may be moving off Garoppolo. And, if Trey Lance doesn't work out, maybe they'll be interested. You never know. There are always those sneaky teams, but nobody's given us a first-round pick for him at this point in time.
So
if you think you're getting a first-round pick, you're crazy.
Think of it like this.
No, not at this point.
At the end of the season, by week 18, what was Tua's draft capital? People were saying 5th-round pick. Where now, after all the coaching changes, all the offseason additions, how the entire narrative of hope and it's in the perspective is that everything's coming here to build around Tua because they believe that's brought his draft capital up significantly, I would say. At this point, if Tua was
not that
stay
much
on the
because
trading,
it's still the off season, though, Chris.
Well, you got to understand, and I talked about this back in week 16 when I was just riffing on some shit, and I said it's all about optics and narrative for anything. If the team was purchasing Tua at this point, and this is all hypothetical, everybody, but if a team was purchasing Tua, say Carolina, they wouldn't. You can't give them, a couple of thirds and say, hey, that's our franchise quarterback we got for thirds. It doesn't, the buy for the sell doesn't work. You give up a first and you say, we're giving up our first because we've just answered our quarterback. And look what the team has done around him and how they believe we just fleeced the Dolphins. They bring the media hype machine to it. There's a whole buy and sell. Now, do I think that they would buy him for a first? No. But again, CT, I agree with you that it all moves to flexibility at the end of next year, and the only person that can silence all this is Tua. And again, lots of pressure, lots and lots and lots of pressure.
But he's easygoing, man. He deals with it pretty damn well for everything that he's gone through.
Man.
Yeah, man. Humble kid.
He didn't say one word about anything, bro.
And then look at his workouts. I mean, he's working out with Lynn Bolden and some other guys. So that, you know, if you look at the workouts, he looked like he's in a good frame of mind.
And he looks like he got the eye of the tiger too a little bit. Something what I've been looking for. He looked like he wants to prove people wrong. That's what I want.
like
your
what
idea
Ocho
of strength
Cinco
is
said
very
in I Am
different, bro.
Athlete.
Never take kindness for weakness.
Yep, I agree with that. But I like Ocho Cinco's, comment on the I Am Athlete and talking about again, when he was saying that not only is he a fucking warrior, but just the fact that I forgot exactly how he worded it, but essentially along the lines of don't count him out. Just everybody, these young guys and that year to 2 to 3, year jump or whatever, just don't count him out. Just don't count him out.
So Lucky 7 to me kind of says it like Waddle. Tua is a competitor. And I think Waddle and Tua are cut from the same cloth as far as who and what they are off and on the field. On the field, business and trying their best to perform at an elite level. Off the field, just kind of,
laid back.
Not even laid back. I would say, because I wouldn't even call it laid back. I would just say it kind of just sweet. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very lovable. Somebody, I don't know, man. As a father, someone to bring home to the family or something like that. Somebody you would welcome with open arms because they just seem so well balanced in their
nice. And,
just not. It's more than nice because that's not the word I'm looking for. It's kind of like you could genuine. There's a genuineness with them that they're comfortable in who they are.
Some realness to it, right?
Real, yeah. And it's hard too with all the pressure. And to me, that shows a very balance to, first of all, the routines must be crucial, bro, because to maintain that, you got to have good routine. So there's it's comforting in the fan base to know that if this kid does answer the bell, there's no stopping the young man. And I think that's why a lot of Tua fans are super excited, because if he does show up big, think of all the adversity he's had to go through. I mean, if from this point on he doesn't have any more adversity with what he has in a 10-year-long career, saying it totals in 14 years. You take the first 3 years and add it up to the 14 years, it would sound like it was 14 years, but it was only the first 2. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how much adversity he's dealt with in a short time up to this point. So
and then when
the sky's the limit.
Squirty. He threw a shot. He threw a shot at Flores.
I had to hop on here.
Hey, what's up, Colin?
I live in DeLand, Florida, so it's by Orlando. And as a Magic fan, I never get to talk my shit. So as you see behind me, I got my Mo Bamba jersey. But all I gotta say is, for the first time, F the Heat. Let's go, baby. We finally won.
Squid coming in here taking shots at the Heat.
Oh, no. Hey, Squid, you got to go ahead and back on out, my brother. You got to go ahead and back on out, my brother. I love you, but go ahead. Go somewhere else with your bad self. Go somewhere else.
The Magic got to take their small victories where they got them, because it's just one. We beat the Heat in a regular season game to next year to win. That's where their neck thing they crow about. We beat a team that's going to go into the playoffs and potentially win and shit like that.
Yeah, rested starters and all that shit. But no, let's not talk about that. He don't want to talk about that.
Let him have his victories. Let him have his victories.
I'll let him have it. He can watch the Heat win the rest of the year, buddy.
I've seen more Magic games than Heat games. Just because of where I used to live, and it's fun in Orlando, especially after the game when you go party. So Orlando, land of the Walking Dead, everybody, if you don't know. So be up till 4:00 in the morning in that bitch.
Hey, Chris, to add on to something that you mentioned earlier, if you really think about it and go back and look at Alabama, when Waddle got hurt, you know, he really tried to come back as soon as possible with the
coming back
you
from
know,
his injury, you mean?
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because what's that guy name who went to the Philly?
This what's his name?
The wide receiver.
Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith.
Right. Because really, if Waddle didn't get hurt, to tell you the truth, I think he would have got the Heisman instead of
Listen, I think everybody agrees on that, and that's why Waddle went so much further up than Devontae did, because you know, pound for pound. Listen, when I that draft, I only had 2 names I wanted for those 2 first-round picks, and we got them both. Because to me, the upside of what I recognize to be in those positions in pass rusher and wide receiver as to be freak athlete, unduplicated athleticism, uniqueness in the position, both those guys got in Jalen Phillips and Jaylen Waddle. And these will be linchpins of the Dolphins for a long time, as long as we can get out in front of contracts, because to me, the sky's the limit for those guys. And just as the years will go on, if they stay healthy, who's going to stop them? I mean, Jalen Phillips to me too is unsung on what we're going to see out of this kid next year. If he takes that second year leap, and I think, you know, we all kind of seen him hit that rookie wall a little bit last year, and he kind of dipped towards the latter part of the year. But dude, I love his ability to just dive 8 yards and make a tackle on a shoestring tackle against quarterbacks and guys that are so much faster, where he might be caught out of position, but his just God-given freak athleticism allows him to dive out and get mofos. And I saw him do it in college, and that's exactly what he started doing in the pros. And, you know, sacks and bunches as well, which you catch someone slipping, you go and eat, you know, try to get them numbers up like a good – that was a veteran move what he did. What's up, Nick?
Going on, fellas?
Yeah, but seemed like he was being double teamed as far as when he jumped to the pros. Seemed like he was being double teamed in some of the games also.
Well, yeah, and I think they did that to scheme fit as well. They wanted him eating double teams. I didn't like them dropping him back in linebacker, but I understood it because he can sit in that zone on those snaps and cover all that fucking ground. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen him turn up field and make tackles after someone misses a tackle far and away. Him just chase people down. That kid runs like a deer. He's huge. Freak.
If these coaches can develop Jalen Phillips the right way, there's a guy out there who's, you know, doing it the best. Hall of Famer right now. I think he could be that caliber of a player.
I think so too, Q. I look and see absolute special.
And you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Playing right now today, you mean?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Just won defensive player of the year.
Oh, I think more of a Khalil Mack type of role out of Jalen is more fitting to the skill of what I see, because out of the speed he's got, bro. In the trench work, I think he does
same
all right.
Same thing, speed, and he's long too. He's so long too.
So long. His radius of tackling around wherever he's at, the kid's elite, bro. Again, 2 guys that when you look at them, the only comparisons you can make are to other guys that even the comparison doesn't fit. Like you go Jaylen Waddle, the only comparison you can think of is Tyreek Hill, but even those don't fit. You know what I'm saying? And then you go Jalen Phillips and you go, well, Khalil Mack. Still, Khalil Mack does things that Jalen doesn't do and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? It's there's so much meat on those bones we could eat for days, guys. That's my point.
And they got that dog mentality. That's what I like about it. That dog mentality.
And
if he can develop to learn how to set the edge as well, because I think it's really important for him to set the edge, to be that dual knife, that Swiss Army knife where you can set the edge and stop the run, but also pass the rush.
So you know what I'm looking for from Jalen this year is something I want to see him do that I saw him do a little bit when he could, because he's got great arm length, when he locks up on his one-on-ones on the
Yeah.
edge and he just chucks mofos out to play inside, I want to see him not sit in that zone and drive guys upfield a little bit more to close that distance. I understand that he's young and he's trying to play and not get out of position, which was smart. And when guys, ran wide on him inside or outside, he was able to disengage and reach out and stop guys, or at least push them away to where help was there, which is really the hardest part in defense cohesion on all phases, is knowing where your help is at. That's why communication's so key. That's why we saw so much struggling early on from our defense. But I want to see him play a little faster and not think as much. And when he engages on his one-on-ones, drive upfield and make that window smaller. I think he'll be so much more effective. You could see him hit a Pro Bowl season just because he's so much his length and his athleticism. I think he's underestimating his power sometimes. And I think he can really catch guys, those shorter arm dudes, and just drive them back to the quarterback if it's a passing play. I want him to work on his bull rush a little bit because I think he's got it in there. We'll see. We'll see. It seems to me he's still trying to stay light on his feet, so I don't know what they have in the plans for him.
Yeah, he's more of a speed rusher to me, Chris. That's why I'm making the comparison with him and TJ Watt, because TJ Watt uses his length to bat balls down, and TJ.
Yeah, but Jalen Phillips.
That's what I think he could do.
Pound for pound to TJ Watt, Jalen Phillips could easily keep all that he has, maybe losing slight on the speed, and put another 20 pounds on him and be JJ Watt, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? He could literally bull rush fools. I think he has every tool available to him, which I don't know. We got to see this kid blossom, because to me, again, the sky's the limit. I think he can do them all.
Yep.
I think got a lot of upside. He'd be great. Got a lot of upside.
Mm-hmm. And in the short year we had him, because it seemed like there was some time he was in rotation, I think you're going to see him eat a lot, and it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So what's up, Nick? What's going on, brother?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Nick?
What's up, Nick?
Did you watch a little bit of the video in question from the Zapruder film we were watching? Did you see that?
The Waddle on Tua?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. It's kind of I'm trying not to look into it, but it does make me a little nervous.
So I'll pull it up real quick for everybody again, so we can all, rip open the wound a little bit. This is what we're left with.
Stir the pot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, guys. I could stir it one way or the other. I could sell rainbows, or I could sell thunderstorms. And I'm from Florida. We like hurricanes.
Shaking or stirred.
Fuck around, won't be around, boy. Well,
you want it shaken or stirred?
Yeah, no, I want a hurricane. I need some of that fun shit. Board these windows up and party for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah,
so
Hurricane Alley.
I've seen, I don't know. Hurricanes don't make me leave, make me batten down the hatch and have some fun. All right, so let's watch it one more time, guys. Let's see what we got here. All right.
I don't know. From Tua's standpoint, obviously, he's gone through so much in his young career. You've been here for one of the seasons, coming back from the hip injury,
start fidgeting right away. Start fidgeting right away. He's like, "Oh shit! I thought the producer said they weren't gonna ask me about Tua, motherfucker." Hold up, let's go back just a little bit.
From Tua's standpoint,
how about Ocho
obviously,
Cinco's fucking peach
he's
pants
gone
too,
through so
rocking
much in his young career. You've been here for one of the seasons, coming back from the hip injury.
It's getting hot in
taking
here.
over for Ryan Fitzpatrick, starting his second year.
Oh, God, I hate that look.
Coach and Tua not having a close relationship. Now he's got a new coach. What's the start going to be like?
All right, look at the camera. Actually, he's not looking at the camera. That eye is to the right of the camera. He's looking at his fucking publicist. He's looking at his publicist going, "What the fuck? I thought we discussed this shit. This was slipped in here. So hold on. Let's see. Okay, let's you.
Yeah.
Man, Tua. I mean, Tua one of them guys that you just gotta be around. You gotta know to know his personality. Him?
Yeah.
Man, Tua. I mean, Tua one of them guys that you
What
just
is
gotta
that?
you gotta be around. You gotta know to know his personality.
Okay.
You see what he's saying? You hear what he's saying?
Yeah, but I think it's also a loaded question the way that Omar Kelly wanted to throw in there. You know, oh, well, you know, they brought in Tua coming off the hip injury and, you know, and how that affected Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No,
and
Omar
blah, blah,
left
blah.
him an out. Omar left him an out, putting a lot of
No.
context. Yes, he did.
You
He put
can
a lot
hear
of context that you know.
the intent there was to cause, you know, an interview. He's trying to, you know, make him nervous, make him.
The intent he gave pretty good context. He could listen. First of all, Jaylen Waddle could have handled it every way he did. I think in more ways than one that this was not discussed beforehand, or at least it was.
Yeah,
and
agreed.
Omar figured out a way to ask the question that you guys are talking about. So yeah, he did kind of catch the young man. I think it's in bad taste, Omar, but. You know what? That's why they bring him there. And if for anyone,
and he did it though, because he got him hot under the collar. He was like, "Oh,
yeah." For anyone who doesn't know and watch X's and Omar's, he's said on there several times, "I'm there as the writer, the guy to ask the hard hitting questions. Everyone else can be buddy, pal, but I gotta be that guy too. That's why he's there. That's how he got the gig. He straight up, you know, said it to that exact context."
Oh, no, I don't
He's
think
very competitive. One thing I said, but I don't want to talk for him. You know, I want him to talk for himself. But I'm just gonna say he's very competitive, and I like him. He one of them guys.
So he's always driven like that.
Always I'm talking about coming in a national championship. You know,
Now that right there,
throwing
that's
the
a
game-winning
pure
touchdown. Like
compliment.
I mean, I don't want to downplay the compliment, Q, but like, of course it's we all know.
If we're
that.
reading
everyone's
too
seen
much
that
into
game,
it,
the whole
that right there looks to
fucking
me
world.
like he's sincerely, from his heart, saying that Tua's the guy. I've seen it.
Yeah, he's
I've
saying
seen it in
exactly
college.
that. He goes, if you look back at that game, I know that that's inside there and capable. But what he's not saying, you know, again, there is questions. He don't want to say these things because, you know, first of all, I'm sure they have a bit of a relationship. So, you know, he knows. Again, it's all business, boys.
not everybody just going in there doing that. Like got the confidence to go in there and do that in the biggest game of his probably career at that point. So, you know, I think just look at a guy work and you know the guy. For me, that's one of a good friends. So when I hear people say this, that, and the third, I'm like, come on, dog. Like, y'all tripping.
I feel like they're trying to make him the new Baker Mayfield.
So, again, guys.
You heard what he said? You heard what he said, bro? He said, come on, that's my dog. Y'all tripping. That's what he said. That's my dog. Y'all tripping.
It's not what he says, it's what they don't say. This is the plight of man.
Man, we can't analyze what they don't say.
Of course you can.
We analyze what they did say.
Well,
In
if
fact,
you listen,
his body language changed. Oh, sorry.
His what?
His body language changed from
His
when
body-
Omar asked him a question to when he started actually talking about Tua. You can see that his body language changed. It became
time.
more.
He was much more confident in what he said.
Exactly.
When he was controlling the talking point and had the answer where he had conviction, he talked about it. I think it was more about the Brian Flores stuff that made it uncomfortable for him.
Right,
I'm playing around here, guys, as you know. So again, I think that was that. There's a lot of upper management, a lot of money talk, a lot of. Again, I just told you the organization and the coach were trying to move off the kid, and I'm sure people knew. But he says a little bit later on, and I'll play this too. What's up, Vaughn?
Hey, what up, El Capitan?
It's good seeing
What's
you in
up,
the space
Vaughn
earlier,
Joe?
brother.
What's up, Vaughn?
How you doing, bro?
Yeah, man, it was a good space. It was this is one of the rare
Tony, I
instances.
do have a crystal ball. And everyone on this panel will let you know, guys. I got crystal ball lying around here. You've seen it, right?
I think I have.
I haven't seen it yet, man.
Nick, I'll show you. I'll show you my crystal ball later, buddy.
But I think this is one of the rare instances where
I don't want to see it, bro.
El Capitan, I was like, yo, the tailgate is on. I was like, let me hop on here because I never get on here.
No, you don't, bro.
I heard
But,
I heard Tua and Waddle they're like that. They're like they have they're very passive aggressive to one another.
Yeah, I think they're just that type of thing. You know, I'm just busting their chops. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm sure if one or both were sitting in this tailgate, they could fucking laugh about it too. That's the type of character they are. They would see the fun in what we're doing as well. It's people who take it like they're insulting. It's like, chill the fuck out, guys.
Right.
It's fucking 12 o'clock at night on YouTube. Chill the fuck out.
In a way, you do want Waddle to come out and be like, yeah, dude, like this motherfucker is the real deal. You know what I mean?
That's what my girlfriend said.
That's what he just said. That's what he just said.
But
he said, "That's my dude. Stop tripping, bro."
Yeah, but you know,
that's my dog.
He had to refer back to Alabama days. He couldn't even talk about anything in the NFL.
That's
because you're in contract.
Vaughn ain't wrong. Vaughn ain't wrong. Vaughn ain't wrong.
But Chris, it takes an elite player to come in a national championship to win the game.
An elite college player, I agree.
A college player, yeah.
I said elite player in general. I didn't say college.
I mean, Squid, but there's been so many elite college players.
Rookies, elite rookie came in as a rookie.
Fucking
I know
thing
that,
at
Chris.
all.
I'm a Gators fan.
Exactly, brother. You know what it is. I mean, it's how it goes. I'm not saying that the book is written onto it. In fact, and I said this earlier on the space, Vaughn, you remember I said to me, my forecast of where we're going to be with Tua this year is we're going to see the healthiest, best version up to this point in NFL Tua. And I'm talking head and shoulders above from the product on the field that we were getting up to this point. I'm talking Russell Wilson lighting it up in those days when Russell Wilson was lighting it up over in with the Legion of Boom. I think we're going to see that young man out there. And behind closed doors, the first time I've said it aloud, Mike on the mic and Color can contest. I've been saying this behind closed doors since I started this bitch. It was never this year I expected to see the jump of what this young man's physical and mental capability was going to be at everything because of the injury derailing the timeline. And the one thing I wanted to see, which to me, I could understand why the team would move off of him, is something I did not see last year. And the team agrees because they've been trying to move off of him, is the thing I did see in college that you're talking about in that championship game. When the lights were at their brightest, he shined brighter than that light. I saw someone dim at times. I saw psychological, I saw injury, and I saw defeatedness. Now, there's all this context with the coaching staff and moving off of him, and I'm willing to give him all of those things. But there was also times on the field where, and he's got to know this, and if he doesn't, he knows it now, that sometimes you got to take control of your own destiny. And that goes out for everyone that's listening. This doesn't have shit to do with football. When you want something, you got to fucking take it sometimes. And not that it's stealing. I mean, you gotta get up earlier. You gotta try harder. You gotta study more. Whatever the fuck that is, you gotta go get it, because ain't no one gonna hand it to you. And in fact, when you try to go get it, they're gonna stand in your way. They're gonna tell you why you don't deserve it, why you can't have it, and who's coming to take your job. And you gotta go, you know what? Fuck you. Ain't no one taking shit from me, fool. I'm gonna crack some jaws in this bitch. And that's how it's gotta get. That's just how it's gotta get sometimes. And he had opportunities on the field to do that. But I'm not gonna be too harsh on him because it's his second year as a young man and all the context involved. So it was always, to me, this is the year. I just wish I was going into this third year seeing that moment at least once. That's all.
I just want to put it out there that during this interview, that Flores excuse, they threw that out the window. Just FYI. If you guys didn't watch the interview already, if you guys didn't get to that part.
Yeah,
okay.
I watched the whole thing, and he did say, like, Jaylen said, that's quiet amongst them. It's about business in there. But that's Jaylen being a good soldier for the team too, Vaughn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Hey, but you know what I did see. I saw Tua take a shot at Flores. It's the first time I've seen this. Head coach, OC, DC. First time I've seen it.
You know what though? Everybody on the Dolphins last year, young and old, well, probably not so much the old, but definitely the young people on the team got a real crash course lesson of what it's like to be a professional athlete to a collegiate one, and understanding that this is the most cutthroat business you've ever seen in your life.
Doesn't mean that it's not messed up, bro. It's messed up. You know, you're a coach, that's your player, right? And he said it. He said it's the first time I've seen this, bro. Like, I have my head coach here, my offensive coordinator, my defensive coordinator. First time I've seen it since I've been in the NFL.
And his QB coach. Was there
and
too.
his bro, and his teammates.
Wait, at the
That's
luau?
the team coming to support their dude.
Luau, bro,
They're
at the
showing
Tua
him
Foundation.
openly. They're showing him openly in public. We got your back.
Yes, sir. And that's basically what he needed.
I like it.
Moonlight Sonata, what's up?
Hey, buddy, what's
What's
up?
up, bro?
What up?
Hey, it's Tony Pepperoni. What's up, bro?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I got all these names.
Mm-hmm. Tony Pepperoni coming here incognitus and shit.
Incognito. But
What's up, bro?
It's me.
The question is which incognito? Incognito as in hold my beer while I go do my rep in football?
Listen, whatever's winning football
Hey, watch out,
games, I'll
CT.
take it.
This is the smartest guy we know, bro. He got 2 degrees.
Don't patronize me.
Who's got 2 degrees?
I do.
Oh,
CT.
word? I didn't know that.
That's what he say. He say I'm the smartest guy out here, and I got 2 degrees.
But you got depression, is what you said, Moonlight?
Yeah, but not like Jonathan Martin depression.
Gotcha.
I hope not. I hope not.
I just thought it was funny that Incognito's a drunk and we had an offensive line coach doing cocaine. Shit, what else was going on in that friggin' locker room? I mean, come on.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm gonna go to my chat
I'll see you,
section.
my brother.
All right, Q, brother.
I'll
right.
see you, Q. Make sure,
All right, Colin.
make
All
sure
right,
you keep it
everybody.
clean up in there, dog.
All right.
I got you, bro.
I know you do, my brother. So yeah, I mean, look again, and like I said it behind closed doors often, and I'll say it aloud. I guess there's no reason not. I expect to see the best version of this young man with the full support. Physically, he looks great, and I don't know. I think there's a coming to yourself type moment that he needed to have take place, and the vote of confidence with the people around him. This is his best shot, and God willing, the young man gets to follow through. You know what I'm saying? So, what's up, Dolphin Heart?
I'm here, man. I'm here.
What's up? What's up?
Not much. Just tuning in.
All right.
I kind of agree with you. I agree with you a lot, Chris. Everything you just said, all the things you pointed out.
With the body language, or just
yeah, all of it. I think the body language comes from like him not getting along with his head coach. It's not a very good place for the QB1 not to get along with their head coach. Like that's not a good environment to be in. So like the body language, I think that's where it comes from, and lack of not performing as where we want him to perform. But I think it's mostly coaches. He literally had the worst coaches for offensive wise. Like we had 3 people calling plays, bro. Like I never heard no shit like that before, bro.
No, it's that is what you call not a good plan. I mean, if that being the plan in itself is flawed as a motherfucker, bro. It really is.
Yeah,
that was a bad experiment.
And I kind of feel sorry for him because they drafted him, but did they really put the stuff they needed on like the players they need to put around him? First of all, Chan Gailey, they didn't even hire Chan Gailey for Tua.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, well, actually, I kind of disagree with you. They did. It's just Chan Gailey didn't. Chan Gailey didn't take the job for Tua. That's the thing. I think I
think Chan got hired before the draft. Yeah, I think he got hired before we drafted Tua. If I'm not mistaken, I don't.
I think you might.
Yeah, he
be
was
right
hired
on the
before the
timeline.
draft, but that was the plan.
We already had Fitz. That's the reason he brung him. That's because we had Fitz the year before when we won like 5 games.
But I don't think Gailey I don't think Gailey hated Tua.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And I also think that there was this idea that Gailey was going to bestow wisdom upon him.
He just didn't grasp his offense, and Gailey was like, "All right, I ain't got time for this."
Nah, that's not what it was. It's two different offenses because you don't run RPO with Fitz, right?
No.
No.
I mean, you can. I'm sure Fitz can run it.
No,
I know, but based off what you're saying that Tua can only run an RPO.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they basically have two different playbooks. One for Fitz and one for Tua.
Because Tua didn't know the playbook that well, so he gave him a minimized of that playbook.
I agree, but I want to say this, and I agree with that, but it's also the perception of, again, Gailey's offense was absolutely tailored for Fitz, and not only that, but the fact that offense was so complex, and the checks and all of the things that Fitz as a 15-year veteran has perfected, and I think a lot of fans expected that Tua was going to come in and be on that same level, and it's like that's not a reasonable expectation.
CT,
I'm pretty sure in a fire like that.
I'm pretty sure, CT, you can kind of back me on what I'm about to say. And this is why a lot of what I predict or how I try to take what information finds me and how I see where the end is the X factor in everything we hear forever since this football team is the owner, is him, because he is an emotional guy. And one way or the other, he could be emotional and make an emotional decision or an excited decision or whatever it is. To me, when Tua was thrown in to playing football, no one was ready. Not the coaches, not the quarterback, not the nothing. And it was from the top down to see it happen. And now I know a lot of people speculate on whether it was about revenue. I don't think it had anything to do with revenue as much as it had to do with what the fucking owner wants to play with his new toy. And they trotted him out there when he wasn't ready and he didn't even have the plays, and they had to have a simplistic playbook, and the defense stepped up. There was that spark, and it was fun, as we saw. But it was, in retrospect, it was the wrong decision, and it was a forced decision, and it kind of pigeonholed the effectiveness of Tua. And Flores rode that formula into the next year with control, and it was a flawed plan.
I agree. I think Ross does. He makes super emotional decisions, and he. I'm sorry. I was just saying. I just want to give that another quick example is, his whole infatuation with Lamar Jackson. So it's like there are so many times where he just gets overly involved, I believe.
I think that's why. That's why Lamar, for real, is. If the things I'm hearing out of stuff, Baltimore wants him to play because it works to where how they want to build the team, and they want to have him play on money this year and then next year on new money, and essentially have what's been happening, throw the entire offense on the young man and have him run around like a madman and try to skate it out and recook their books and go in a future, but they don't want to pay him elite money. I think he's holding out. I said this on the Space, Von Joe. Don't be
Well,
surprised if
John Harbaugh was on Rich Eisen.
Yeah, I know. I heard that. And what did he
He was
say?
on Rich. Yeah, he said
He
he
blamed
said
it
it's up
on
to
Lamar.
To be honest, he said it's up to Lamar if he wants to play. I don't know what they got a whole bunch of craziness
Yeah,
going on over there.
does that
I don't
sound
think they
like
wanna
how
pay him
things are
'cause-
done?
No, I think Rich put him on the spot. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of. I don't think he should have kind of answered it, but he didn't really answer it. He just kind of threw it at,
Listen,
at Lamar.
Don't confuse it, man. That was all known and planned. They knew he was going to ask that question. The
they vet
statement put out
questions.
there. that's
Yeah,
putting
you're right.
political pressure on Lamar to answer what questions. And I think I wonder what kind of backdoor deal is being worked out with Ross right now. Because I'm telling you, he's the X factor. If he wants Lamar, doesn't matter if everything's been built for Tua, which it appears to be, and I think it should be. He could just say, "Fuck it, I'm going to get Lamar for whatever reason." And I don't think that that's a good decision at this point. I think maybe next year that would be okay. But
I don't even want him.
I think us Dolphins fans and Tuanons and all that. I think we will find out everything at the end of the year, man.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You know
even
what I
want
mean?
All questions will be answered.
Well, I think
all our
also
questions will be answered.
in the next 3 to 5 years, how many questions will really be answered with all the scandals and who was doing what, and is Ross even the owner 3 to 5 years from now? I mean,
is he even alive?
They need
We can't
hard
afford to wait that long.
They need
I mean,
hard
how old are you?
evidence.
83, 82?
bro, he's a billionaire. He could live another 40 years. Don't kid yourself, dude. They
Yeah,
mainline
okay.
gold in that shit, dog. What you mean? He's
Billionaire
too
from New York.
valuable to die.
I was gonna say you probably got a couple organs on standby for him.
Bro, he got
Well,
a whole factory of organs.
What was the Rothschild that got, or was it Rockefeller that got 8 or 9 open heart surgeries?
Listen, bro, quiet. Don't be saying those names. You're gonna shut my whole deal down, dog.
Yeah, this whole station will go
don't
black.
mess with that Rockefeller.
Oh,
Don't mess with
man,
that
bro.
Rockefeller family.
No,
Right.
bro. Watch
They
out,
run
guy.
U.S.
But hold on, why?
Rockefeller.
Wait, somebody said they wouldn't want Lamar. Why?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
Why?
Okay. Because one, if you force him to stay in the pocket like Miami showed last year, he can't beat you with his arm.
So, Nick, this system,
He beat
right
the
here.
Dolphins with his arm pretty good in the first week of the 2020.
Yeah, but
Oh my
this
gosh,
in
you're really
particular
gonna say
system,
that team.
the
Yeah, he threw 5 touchdown passes, 400 yards.
Wow. Yeah, and you were probably a better corner than what we had out there.
yeah, he's not wrong about that. The corners
Doesn't
were
matter. He
fucking
still
weird.
completed
Was
those passes.
he an MVP?
Dude,
He was.
Yes,
he's
he won
a
it
running
that year.
back.
Okay.
He's a running back. He's not. He's an athlete.
No.
Running
You could-
backs don't be
you
what
could-
you call them.
You could go ahead and
Nah.
keep calling him a running back.
I don't think
Yeah,
so. He
I
gonna
don't think
get
he's-
$200 million for playing quarterback. I think the whole
you
world.
believe he's a running back all you want.
Well,
I tell
he
you what.
is.
I tell you
Obviously, when
what.
he
Go
runs
back and look at some of
how
them
many yards.
Louisville tapes, and you'll see a different. You'll see a different quarterback.
You ain't lying.
Go back.
His
Yeah, it's
his
much
game
different
has
than
stepped up
Louisville,
as a quarterback. My point is
How
though,
about-
in this zone blocking, where the quarterback a lot of times is running around with the ball from under center, play action and stuff like that, the easy yards to make defenses pay is a mobile quarterback, which I said, I think it was on that space, Joe, with you earlier, that's the thing Tua needs to take advantage of in this offense, where his instincts, instinctively, he'll just run up and take those cheap yards, as they say, and slide, get down and make them pay. So then they have to keep someone spying on them, and now you just fuck the game up. It's literally
Exactly.
He missed
Lamar,
this.
you have
Tua missed
Lamar
a few of
forces
them
you.
last year.
Lamar
Tua missed
forces
a
you to
few
play
runs
honest.
last year, man.
Lamar
forces
A
forces
lot
you
of
to play
first downs
honest.
he could have
He
went.
plays you. He forces you
He
to play
could
honest
have.
where you can't cheat. You can't.
Yes.
If that extra man, you have to account for him as
If you
well.
don't account for him running,
You can
then
shake
you're
your
in
head all you
trouble.
want, but the film is the film, my guy.
It's the
Like
truth.
we can't.
And
Good
he's got the
luck
arm
winning the
strength
Super
If you
Bowl.
if you don't like him,
Come
hey,
back to me.
okay.
There's
Come
other
back to
ways.
me when
There's
Lamar
I
other
tell you
ways
what.
to
wins the
spy.
Super Bowl.
I
Come
go
But we
look
back
at
can't
the
to me,
argue.
Louisville
But we
tape.
can't argue
because you never
facts.
will. He never will.
There are other ways to spy on Lamar. Like the game when he played against us, you guys realize they switched the defense back to where it
When?
was
Wait, when
supposed
was
to be.
this? When was this?
Want to know,
Baker
you want
went
to
to
know why
outside,
we were able to contain Lamar? And I'll give it to you guys
because
straight.
Baker went back to the outside, and we had Van Eagle on the other side. And
No, Jalen Phillips, the addition of Jalen Phillips and his athleticism with putting Baker back in position. You were right over the target. That's how we contained Lamar. But also, the Ravens did Lamar no favors last year.
Chris,
None.
the Ravens had everybody injured. That's how we contained Lamar.
Right.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
They've been
we beat them because they had both of their running
Yeah,
backs.
that's right.
Both
They
of
had
their
a lot
running
of
backs were injured. Their whole offensive line were injured. That whole team was decimated with injury. Let's
Hey,
keep
bro,
it a buck.
Yeah, and there was
Before
COVID
that-
too. COVID as well.
Injuries is a part
Exactly.
of
Before
sports,
that, Lamar has handed our
Injuries is a
ass
part of sports.
time
I
after
don't wanna hear
time
that.
after time.
Yeah, it's a part of sports,
Injuries
but you
is a
got to
part of
realize
sports.
the
I don't wanna hear
reality
that.
of it.
No, but Crypto, let's keep it
no,
100.
no.
They sat there, beat us 40 to zip, 35 to zip. Lamar been hanging big numbers on us for how long now?
Dude, those
And we gonna say he's
I know,
trash?
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
last 2 years game was an anomaly. That was an outlier.
Yeah, I don't count.
We can't
on
count last year's
performance.
game.
Right. And
Yeah, I don't-
Lamar ended up getting hurt anyway. You have this guy running around for his life every game. You think a quarterback's going to last like that in the NFL? No. Sorry.
I think
And our
Lamar's
current
got
hold on.
I think
Off
Lamar's
that,
got
look at
four
Russell-
more
look at
years
Russell
of
Wilson.
exactly
is
playing the way he
durable?
is right now.
Look at
I
Russell
don't
Wilson.
question Lamar durability, but I will say this: if he doesn't have an extension, and I told you this in that space, Vaughn, if he doesn't have an extension,
No, he's
you'll
not playing.
probably see him take an elective surgery and probably miss most, if not all, of next year.
Yep.
That's what
Listen,
he'll do.
listen,
And it'll be
Capitan, I
it'll be a
agree.
smart, savvy move.
I
will
agree.
with
He's
it.
gonna have some BS surgery, like some cleaning of his knee or some BS.
Something in his back. That's what I would
Yeah.
say. Something in his back or hip.
But won't that hurt
Lamar
him?
wouldn't mind
He
coming to
wants
South
money.
Beach.
Yeah, I know, but that's my point. If he doesn't get the extension, he'll still get his money. He's got injury reserve. He's got injury guarantees on that $23 million, so he's gonna get that. I'm saying he don't get the extension that he wants. That's probably where he's gonna play it. And look, we've seen players do it. I think they deactivated. Listen, I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it. It's after midnight. I think Christian McCaffrey was deactivated in the Dolphins game. I think they deactivated him and shut him down for the season. And he took elective surgery, and they said, we're not going anywhere this year. And they just
for sure.
On that week, they said, we're mailing this season in. And
Well, Miami did that with Howard. Flores' first year.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They did. And it's smart. You don't fuck, bro. Why am I gonna put all these unwanted miles on Christian McCaffrey going nowhere? What, to go from 5 wins to 6? You know what I'm saying? It's just you gotta play the game from every angle. And
I wish he could stay healthy, man. That dude's a good player, man. He can't fucking stay healthy.
You talking about McCaffrey?
Oh my God, what
Yeah, he was
fucking
a
talent
he
that
was
guy.
a beast. He was a beast in
dog,
college.
bro.
He was a beast in college.
That
Bro.
guy's got talent, man. Holy cow.
God. The dude had like 100 catches that one year. Like,
I know, and doing like front flips and shit you'll never see him. And he ain't like real big either. He just aggressive.
No.
Just a
His
freak.
father, y'all know his father, right?
Yeah. Denver
father,
Broncos.
Yeah.
He's a good player.
He got that dog that dog attitude.
It's a good pedigree, but
yeah, it's like the Watt family.
But
They
damn,
cranking
those
out
injuries.
fucking superstars over there, bro. Get me some of that.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's hard to say where teams like that will go. And this is something we got to remember. We're looking at all the AFC moving, all the stuff. How many of these NFC teams are we going to go against that have just mailed it in, trying to tank? There's a lot of quarterbacks coming out next year that people probably have their eyes on. We know teams tank.
But hold on, how many NFC teams are we playing? You got Chicago. They probably mailed
What
it in.
division do we play? What
Green
division
Bay.
do we play this year?
Green Bay is not mailing it in.
Green Bay ain't mailing nothing in.
Yeah, you got
What
Chicago.
division do we-
Chicago
What
will
NFC
not
division we
mail
play
it
this
in
year?
with
Let me
Fields.
see.
The North.
Yeah, it's
That's it? Yeah, of course. That's
Yeah, we got Green Bay, Chicago, and who else is in that division?
The Vikings.
Damn, what?
And we play at Minnesota.
Last time we played that division was a couple of years ago, huh?
So
yeah, the Vikings don't scare me. They look like a franchise in deep trouble.
But hold on, Chris. The only thing that scared me about the Vikings is Cousin. If you hit him at the right time, he'll shred you.
He will. I mean,
if
he got weapons though. He got Cook. He got Jefferson.
Yeah, they're loaded.
Cook.
Like they're loaded over there, bro.
Thielen. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. If you play them,
weakness.
If you play them at the right time, Cousins is you in a shootout.
Yeah, he hurt you.
And they got a new stadium.
They got the
big numbers, man, but they never go anywhere.
Shit, I'm looking at the schedule. I don't see a fucking easy win outside of the Jets, the Bears, and Houston. That's it. Everybody else
is the Bears in Chicago?
Yeah, it's in Chicago.
So Chris, that's another thing. So
we got.
Hold on,
we
that's
have
the
15
thing.
hard games, Chris.
In Chicago, depending on what time of year, that might be a run-heavy game.
Crypto, did you hear that?
That could be a run-heavy game.
Not gonna happen.
We're gonna
crypto.
Nick got
after.
Let's not go down that hole again.
Hold
Come
on, crypto. After
Let's stay above ground, Nick. Let's stay above ground.
Crypto. After what you saw in Tennessee, depending on the type of year, you gotta really go to the midway and really throw the ball around with Tua.
Absolutely, because he's learned his lesson from Tennessee. He's a smart guy.
Okay.
He's a smart guy.
They played Detroit. That's a joke.
Okay.
Listen, man.
Yeah, I'm not.
He's a smart guy.
Look,
Tua learned his lesson, so he knows how to do it.
All right.
You know why? You know why I didn't throw Detroit in there? Because I don't know what to expect from Detroit. I don't want to look through a team like Detroit because
Detroit plays
they're biting
indoors.
fucking kneecaps off up there and shit, dude. You gotta watch out for motherfuckers that bite kneecaps.
Yeah, we can't beat Detroit. We don't deserve the playoffs.
Dan Campbell can play right now.
That boy's loaded up.
Listen,
did y'all see what Dan Campbell said about the?
I ain't gonna hold you. After we lost to Jacksonville,
they got DJ Chart over there.
After we lost to Jacksonville,
that's true.
Any given
We
Sunday.
got different players. We got different coaching. This is like a new team.
We have the same defense.
That's coaching. We lost to Jacksonville because of coaching.
We have the same exact defense.
Right, and that was on defense.
That's fair.
We have the same exact defense. Same defensive coach.
Yeah, I'm the one that says the defense isn't that great.
So you can't overlook Detroit.
Because I don't think you understand. We lost to Urban Meyer.
Well, Brian Flores.
They lost 22 games in a row, and we lost to that team.
Exactly,
All right,
Urban Meyer.
So we'll run through the opponents here real quick. We got Baltimore, we got the Bears, we got the Bengals, we got the Lions. We'll have the Bills, Patriots, and Jets 2 times. The Browns, which, I mean, is that the Watson-led Browns, or is it, who knows? Pittsburgh.
They don't scare me. Pittsburgh in Miami, Mitch Trubisky.
I don't know.
That defense always travels.
Defense is legit, and
it'll be Kenny Pickett.
Look how effective they were with a completely dejected Roethlisberger.
Yeah, it'll be Kenny Pickett
last year.
And when has Tomlin had a losing season?
I don't think he's ever had one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he ever had one.
He's never had a losing season. So
even with crappy quarterbacks.
I'm surprised he didn't with Roethlisberger last 2 years.
Exactly, but
y'all look at Pittsburgh. How many guys
won
remember
11 straight games out the gate and they fell apart at the end?
10 or 11 when we got screwed by the refs on that play against Pittsburgh? More than one play. Do you guys remember that back in 2010 or 11?
Oh, when he fumbled into the end zone?
Yeah, that's right. Like we got screwed.
Where was the
by
game?
The refs.
It was in Miami.
Yep.
I know I've seen the game. I just try to keep bad shit like that
screwed. We got screwed.
I got no room for that stuff. My bandwidth, dude. I'm on limited capacity.
Pat White got hurt?
Hey, Chris, I got a question.
Pat White got hurt? Was it the
might-
game Pat White got hurt?
That might have been.
I don't know if White was in the game. All I remember is the refs screwed us.
That was the. Oh no, I know what game you're talking.
That's the game Pat White got rocked.
Who said they had a question?
That was me.
Go ahead.
What player was Dan Campbell talking about? He said that when he was here in Miami, there was a player that
Okay.
he would come in and smell alcohol.
Yeah,
or
there was alcohol and stuff like that. Now a lot of people are writing it off that it was Richie Incognito, and that seems to be an easy write-off too. With shortly after his time with the Dolphins, when he got let go after the whole thing, he had that drunken outburst where he threatened to beat the guy to death, and there was a gun involved. There was all that nonsense. So to me, that could be the easy thing, especially because he said he still plays in the NFL and Incognito back. It seems like the easy ordeal, but some speculated that it was Damian Williams. I don't think it could have been Damian Williams because at that time he was still fighting for roster spots. But if I recall correctly, I think that's the year he was fighting against those other two running backs.
Wait, the running back Damian Williams?
Yeah, that's. I'm just saying it was the other name thrown out about there. I'm
How
pretty
could you
sure.
play running back saucy like that? Come
What
on.
you mean, bro? You loose as a motherfucker. You don't feel nothing, dog. You just
Yeah,
get
but you
downfield.
probably you don't feel nothing. You're gonna be fumbling left and right.
Nah, man,
Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing, Von Joe. They said when Peyton Manning was interviewing, was it Marshawn Lynch?
Mm-hmm.
I believe Marshawn Lynch said, yeah, he drinks 2 to 3 shots of Hennessy before every game.
Every game.
I'm not surprised.
And it's like, holy shit.
Yo, Hennessy and jacked up on Skittles, you're gonna get this work.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Come get some.
Yeah, dog.
Anyway, though, dude, this schedule was
but
looking fucking
didn't we
tough.
have a Damian Williams that was a wide receiver also?
We did for a short time. I don't think he ever made noise long enough. But yeah, back to the schedule. After Pittsburgh, we got Green Bay, Minnesota, LA, Chargers, San Francisco, Houston. I mean, it's not looking good.
Dude, that's a tough schedule.
It's a tough schedule, but we're judging everything on where it sits at this very moment. Everything shakes up so crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Joe Burrow goes down, and that Cincy game's nothing.
That offensive line looks good over there, though.
It does. They did good work, man.
I can't even
Dolphins
be mad
find
at
a
them.
way into the playoffs healthy. It'll say a lot about where the direction in which we're building this team if we can make it to the playoffs. But I think that's the expectation. You know what I'm saying? They got to sweep the Pats. They got to sweep the Jets. They got to at least split the Bills, and you need to probably beat.
You're gonna have to beat San Diego.
Yeah, San
Which
Diego's
Wait,
a
do we play
must-win
San
team.
Diego?
I'm thinking also.
Yeah.
And we've already done that, so
in the AFC North, you got to make sure to take care of.
Listen,
the
that
Bengals.
new San Diego team, they revamped that defense.
Yeah,
that defense
got
looked
Khalil
good.
Mack, bro.
That defense looked good.
that's true.
Fuck, man. Está no bueno. That's all I can say.
I mean,
That don't look good.
Because I still stand on that square that I think the AFC West is getting 3 teams in there.
Yeah, well, we don't. We're only playing
The way it looks
team
like
from
the way it
West.
looks like right now.
We can hope that the Broncos, Chargers, and Raiders just all beat the hell out of one another.
But that doesn't make sense because they split. That's only 3 losses.
You're on mute, Finn's-Hart.
If they all split, that's only 3 losses for them, and they could beat up on the rest of the AFC, and 3 teams get in.
Damn,
we need. You need.
because
math makes sense,
realistically,
bro. I can't
we have
argue
to
with
win.
the math.
Yeah, you got to win 6 more after that to have a shot. You have to win at least 6 more. If we go 5-1 in the division, that means 6 out of those other
I think he's still on mute.
11 games you have to win to even have a chance, because that puts you at 11 wins. I don't see you getting into the playoffs with anything less than 11 wins.
Family, I already said that the AFC East, the winner of the AFC East gets in. The rest, everybody else might be outside looking in. That's the way.
I don't know. I think 2 people in the AFC East can get in.
But
But
hold
yeah,
on.
Bonjo, you might be right because
might be right.
I got
so
two
go
people
over
in the
with me.
Central making it.
So
In the
exactly. So
South.
go over it with me. You have one in the AFC East, 3 in the West, 2 Central, and you have the North. Who's gonna make it out of the North? You have Baltimore. You have Cincy.
No, I have two in the Central, 2 in the North, and 2 in the one in the West.
See, nah, I got it vice versa, my guy.
You know what? We're gonna be rooting for the Jets to take some wins out of the AFC
Yeah,
North.
vice
You know
versa.
what I'm saying? And
You have
we're
to.
gonna need. We're gonna be
I'm
have to
saying-
watch other teams matchups for later down.
I just wanted to say something here. You guys should be glad we get to play the Chargers and the Raiders because these are teams that we're going to be competing with for a wild card spot. I don't
We don't
think
play
we
the
can win the
Raiders. We play
division.
only the Chargers.
We
We don't play the Raiders?
Nope, just the
Nope,
Chargers.
we only play the Chargers. It's the only
Tough
team out
figure.
of the AFC West. So really, it
I say
might come
2, 2,
down
2,
to that
and 1.
fucking Chargers game.
And the funny thing
where
is, I think the Raiders is the
winner
weaker,
winning
is the
in.
weakest
Yeah.
team in the West
I agree.
on paper.
I agree, but
But you know how
Having
sneaky
Russell
they are.
Wilson there, though.
fucking right, bro. I know.
Where's that
Having
game
Russell,
in? LA?
Russell just it changes shit real fucking quick.
You know what? Too,
I
if
think
the
it's in
Raiders,
San Diego.
The Raiders, get it figured out, and the Chargers just stay on the trajectory they are with the added talent. They should find themselves in position. And
I'd love to go in there and
Wilson
kill them.
turns it around with how KC is currently constructed, where they're really trying to figure things out. Could we see Kansas City on the outside of
Look
that
again?
scenario
Hey,
with
that's-
3
No, not a
people from the
chance.
West?
Not an Andy Reid coach
No
team
way,
alone.
right?
But the thing is, that team, they say, yeah, we lost Hill, but what they got back, I'm like, maybe they still could make noise.
Yeah, and plus they still have the draft.
And listen, I think the schedule producers screwed us. We have 2 games on the West Coast that we have to travel out there. We have to travel out there for San Diego and San Fran.
Mm-hmm. We always get fucked on that.
Well, it depends. What's
No,
the
they could-
dates for the games?
It could be in October though. Those games.
But the thing is that we have to travel out there twice. I don't like.
Yeah,
it.
well, I'm hoping that
We
it's one of the
we
first
fared well in
games
San
and then
Diego.
one of the game after the
Well, it's in
bye week or
LA.
some shit. Yeah, we'll have to see.
And who's starting for San Francisco? No one's Shanahan knows, but no one else does.
I think it's Garoppolo.
I don't know. I heard Chris. I heard they're very high on Trey.
I know they are, but what are they going to do? Pay
You know what it
Garoppolo
is,
money
Jimmy?
to back him up?
Well, no, Jimmy had
I don't
surgery,
know.
so like that kind of slowed down the trade talks. That's what
Yeah,
Shanahan
porn,
said
but
at
porn
the
star
owners
Jimmy is still there.
meeting.
Yeah, but you know what? He's done a good job at keeping motherfuckers out of there. You know, I mean, he's been keeping people at bay. He every time they question Jimmy, he seems to always figure it out. Can't stay
Right?
healthy, he stays. I mean, the son of a bitch is like the everyman. The guy just. It seems like you're gonna take his motherfucking job, but he turn around and he just wins everyone over, and you're like, how the fuck did that happen?
He's like that energized bunny.
Yeah, son of a bitch, don't stop.
Well, I'll be watching San Francisco closely because our pick,
that
they have
pick.
our pick. We got their pick.
Mm-hmm. We need to beat that ass no matter how that comes.
So I'm hoping that they
Shan-
trade Garoppolo to Pittsburgh or something, and Lance has trouble.
Yo, Captain.
Well,
Yeah.
Jimmy
Got a
having
question
surgery
about
kind
our-
of slowed everything down.
What's up, Nick?
I got a question about our running back room.
Mm-hmm.
With all it's kind of crowded right now. Do you see Myles Gaskin on his way out?
No.
All right,
I
nah,
think-
I
Chris,
think
he
if
could be the-
anybody's going, Shaheen's going.
I
Not
think,
Shaheen.
who?
Oh my God.
Ahmed.
Ahmed. That's what I meant. Damn it. Yeah,
Didn't
I
they
think
put a
Ahmed's
tender?
gonna
Wait,
be
didn't
on the
they
way
tender
out.
Ahmed?
They
Yeah, I
did.
thought they're high on him though.
I see Gaskin
Miles
improving.
Gaskin is a workhorse, bro.
Dude, I
He's
love
hard to beat
Gaskin.
out, and
Underrated. Very underrated.
Listen, I'll get rid of Gaskins and Ahmed for James Cook.
I agree with you there.
Yeah. See,
I
love
like
me.
I like
I
the
love me some
upside.
James Cook.
I like the upside of Young on this team, but
But no, it's not enough room for James Cook.
I don't.
If you get rid of
no, I think
Ahmed,
they're-
if you get
well,
rid
they
of
could get
Ahmed
rid of
and-
Dokes too. They may get rid of
They would have to
Dokes
get
too
rid
if
of
they bring
Doak,
somebody
I
in.
think Dokes is a goner unless
Gaskins.
he figures out a way to run faster, and that's hard as fuck to do.
Do you think
That's the bottom line, bro?
you
I'm
think
sorry.
And
Hold
don't
on,
forget, we still
listen,
got Scarlett too.
listen, Chris.
McDaniel
Somebody told me.
is real familiar with Ahmed.
Listen, somebody told me that Tua runs 21 miles per hour now. Okay.
What the fuck?
Listen. That's the same reaction I had, and the person was like, "No, trust me."
Wait, who
He-
is the
he-
runs
He
listen,
saw that. He
he's
saw
running
it.
21 miles an hour. Lamar, who? That's
Listen,
all I'll
he
say.
saw it. He said he saw it with his own eyes, and Tua got clocked at 21 miles per hour. I looked at him and said, "You sure you wasn't drinking and it was really a 12?" He was like, "Nah." He said, "Nah, it was 21 miles per hour." I'm
With
like,
his own
I
eyes.
was like, I don't know. He's like, "Don't call me a liar, bro." I said, "I'm not calling you a liar. I don't know you, sir.
I'm
So I can't call
questioning.
you a liar."
Damn, I'm a Tua guy, and I don't even believe the 21
I
miles an
can't.
hour.
Was he running downhill?
Listen, it was on one of these panel shows, and the man was going back and forth with me in the comment section. Yo, no, I saw it with my own eyes, bro. Tua run 21 miles per hour. I was like, all right.
Does he
Went
watch
into
Tua from outside his window as well?
Apparently,
Peering
he's
on him?
part.
Does he know what he eats for breakfast?
Apparently, he knows the guys that perform, that be training with Tua, and they're close. And he said he was out there. He saw it with his own eye.
real
I went
quick,
into a
man.
Twitter space with him, and he said, "Yeah, 21 miles per hour." I said, "All
Real
right."
quick. Not that I don't think information doesn't find its way around places, but Miami Dolphins is a billionaire business. How much stuff do you think that they're going to allow a perform to just put out there in the ether and not be talked at to say to stop talking like that? You know what I'm saying? Like just think about what we're saying here. They is so candid. Not that they can't perform, like talk about him running 21 miles an hour, but just wondering, again,
Chris,
narratives are pushed
Chris,
every which way.
In my opinion, I say he was going through a school zone and he was speeding.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, there's a ticket to give that guy.
Exactly.
I don't want him
mile
running no 21 miles an hour because if he blows some shit out, that's it. Don't be running that damn fast.
Do you think Cook could fall to us? Is there a chance?
Yeah, he can.
Oh,
He
yeah.
could. Cook is definitely falling into the third round.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see him in the third round.
right,
Whether
then.
he'll be there when we pick or we have someone rated higher, I don't know. I like the kid from fucking Florida. I think as far as this zone block,
Running back from Florida.
I like Pierce. He looks exactly
don't do
like
it to yourself.
Listen, he looks exactly like that kid that they have in San Francisco right now that ran so well last year, Mitchell. He looks exactly like that.
I know, but Chris, I watch UF.
My
right?
brother-in-law is a diehard bet money.
Listen,
Brandon
I
the
love
bookie.
the Gators. I love the Gators, and I still would choose James Cook over Pierce.
So on
for this
pedigree,
offense,
on pedigree and versatility with what you're talking about, as far as a pass catcher, I agree with you. But for me, they want to feed someone the rock in this running game. And again, go look at those San Francisco games. They're running the ball more than they pass it. Sorry, Crypto, but some of those games they're gonna feed. They're gonna feed Elijah Mitchell.
Not gonna happen. The stats don't bear out more.
36 times for 100+ yards and 2 touchdowns, and they're just gonna take it to their ass sometimes. And the kid from Florida looks like that next young running back. That to me, I don't know why. I just got a feeling. I just got a feeling.
When you put it that way,
He's
when you put it that way,
5'11",
Chris, I'll concede to you.
220 pounds.
I
He's
will
fucking
concede.
rock
I will
solid.
concede the argument if you put it that way.
You guys can keep having visions of sugar plums dancing in your head all you want. It's 60-40.
What the
Wait,
fuck
Cook?
did you just say, dude?
my God.
What? Dancing
See,
sugar
y'all-
plums? What?
Y'all gotta leave my brother Crypto
You
alone.
got
now.
visions of sugar plums dancing in your head already, and it's not even Christmas.
Daddy,
Cook is 5'11", 220.
Yeah, he's 5'11", 220 pounds, and he's only 20 years old.
Dude, I'll take that.
He's rocked out and super effective in athleticism. There's room for growth, but he wasn't used all that often in Florida. They could have, to me, they should have fed him the rock so much more. So he has very little wear and tear on him. There's tons of miles. That kid, those are the kind of guys you start feeding the rock to, and people are picking him up on their fantasy league by week 3. You know what I'm saying? They're shifting around. That bitch is starting free in fantasy because he's just getting fed the rock. And in some weeks, just like I had San Francisco's Elijah Mitchell on my fantasy team. In some weeks, he'd be like, oh, he's nicked up on injury and he's out. And then the next week he goes off for 170 yards. You know what I'm saying? That's just how this system's going to be. And young, fresh legs are how they're going to do it. And you need talent coming in. If Dokes is on this team, I'll be watching him closely because those are the kind of guys that out of this zone blocking scheme, when the offensive line does its job, it's meant to get to the second level to allow a running back to have an opportunity against safeties and DBs rather than linebackers and defensive linemen. And when you have that, you can just, that's when you see guys fucking mushing people or just breaking arm tackles and getting chunk yard plays or fucking running all the way.
Chris, off what you're saying, and nobody on the panel probably know this, and if you do, kudos to you. What kind of running scheme did Cincinnati run when Dokes was out there?
I don't even it's not, is it not what they're running now?
I don't know. What did Cincinnati run his own blocking scheme, or was it just a power run type of team?
It looked more like a power run play action pass to me.
Okay.
From what I can remember what Dokes did. But listen, Dokes ran the ball out of zone blocking runs when he got to the edge, and then all of his big runs did come when they had an extra blocker on there. So I know that they did use it. And dude, Cincinnati's a great fucking program. How they've turned it around for that college team. Holy cow. That DB they got coming out in the top 10. Holy shit, dude. Amazing turnaround. They used to be
terrible.
They used to be fucking terrible, bro.
They used to be
Terrible,
terrible, man.
They get amazing talent in there these days.
And then also too with Dokes, you had two players that were in front of Dokes.
He did.
So he didn't really get that much should I say play?
The opportunity, and he had an injury his junior year. But he was on pace, and when he was out, the other guys came in and they had to split roles. But when he did break those big runs, he was going, outside zone running or at least to the far end gap a lot of times, even when they only had 5 guys on there, didn't have a tight end. The kid he doesn't have that extra gear though. And I noticed that he's a power runner.
And he can catch passes too now.
He has soft hands. I will give him that, but
he will get caught from behind.
That's the thing. He will get caught from behind, and he doesn't have that. I don't know. Like Lynn Bowden's got. He's able to just sidestep that fucking tackler. That patientness. It's almost like his front of half of his body gets over his hips, which causes him to stay off balance, where he's not able to change direction quick enough. Effective.
He kind of remind me of Jay Ajayi.
That's right. But Jay Ajayi at least was so fucking big, and how fast he was, he just, train them, but you run right up the fuck on somebody.
Yeah, when Jay Ajayi get into open field, God bless you.
He's hard to fucking tackle, that big son of a bitch, dude. And he always going forward too, until the knees gave out, as we all knew they would.
Well, there was no knees to begin with. It was just bone on bone.
Yeah. Hey, but the son of a bitch made
the fact that he won a Super Bowl with bone on bone, right?
Dude, listen, not only that, guess what? He is the best and most famous English football player of American football of all time right now. He's like the king over in England. He can go over there, and I'm sure we'll see him in some capacity talking football in England as a representative, because why not? Why not?
Hey, didn't he have 3 back-to-back 200-yard games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 against the Bills and 1 against the Steelers.
Yeah, he had 3 200-yard games. 2 of them were back-to-back. So not all 3. All 3 back-to-back would have been fucking amazing. That would have been. But, the running backs are going to have a major role. And I know you don't like it, Crypto, but that's what they're going to want, not only for nothing, but that's what they want teams to see on tape. Because once you have to account for that run, you just next thing you know, that's how Waddle's in space against a guy that should not be covering him with the football. and there's not a safety over there for help. That's how that play becomes regular. And it's that short, like I don't know, it's like a short post almost where you have to sit in the zone and catch it, and you look around and there's no safety on top for help, and you just burn it up the middle.
It's like that little stick route.
They don't need to be
That little stick
fooled.
route. Yeah, it's like a short post.
Yeah, but here's the thing:
That's
do you really think that we're still gonna get 8 in the box though?
No, not at all. Not a single time.
All right,
Yeah.
y'all gotta go, fellas.
All right, Nick, I'll see you, brother.
All right,
I
man.
do.
All right, take care, Nick.
I think that's why they're gonna make you put 8 in the box, because if not,
Not necessarily. If you got a good front seven, you don't have to. Tampa Bay didn't fall for that.
so yes and no, Crypto, and I agree with what you're saying. And look, guess what? If their front 4 or front 5 is holding up our 6, then yeah, now you're futile. Now you're getting fucked up pretty good. But to me, the most important thing, everyone's all thinking Tyreek Hill, pass. That is not how this offensive coaching staff is built, and that's not what they wanted to bring in. That's not how the ideology is. Every fucking one of these guys is a tight end or an offensive line coach, and that's because that's what's important. The offensive line and the tight end being used as such. That's why there's a damn fullback that's paid good money on this
San
team.
Francisco never had this kind of weaponry ever.
But you don't scrap the whole ideology and scheme for something
Yeah, you do.
McDaniel
The coach
doesn't
said it
do.
himself. He said out of his own mouth, "I'm going to adjust to the personnel that's on my team." That's what make good coaches. Don Shula was a heavy run guy because he
wrong,
had Gronk in the
Crypto. You're
backfield.
wrong.
He went to Dan Marino,
wrong,
and he was a passing quarter. He was a passing coach.
No,
he adjusts to the strength of his team. Don Shula did it. Why can't Mike McDaniel do it? So Mike McDaniel is a limited coach.
No, I'm not saying he's a limited coach. I'm saying that
He's forcing that
everything
scheme
works.
because that's what he did before, because he had the personnel that was imbalanced back then and when he was with those teams.
So what scheme should
I
they
kind of
run
forgot how it is to get on a panel with Crypto. I haven't been on a panel with Crypto in a
Yeah,
while.
so Crypto, what scheme should they run then?
Crypto, that's my brother.
Once again,
the
60-40.
whole point is that if they only
They can
keep
run the
7
same
in the
scheme.
box,
They just got to change the approach.
they leave 7 inside the box, and they go with a heavy set line where there's a tight end on one side and 2 running backs, or they'll bring someone out over to then just run it to that side and pick up the yardage, because that's how the blocking's want to be. They're going to want to take those chunks and force them to put 8 in the box, and then you make them pay.
I don't think our scheme will ever force 8 in the box.
Well,
we'll see.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I don't
They
see
respect our passing
above
more than they
ground.
respect our
Above
running.
ground.
I don't see why you can't not. You're gonna have to, because if they're running on you again, whatever, we're gonna
That's
have to wait and
assuming
see.
that they're running on you.
So they're waiting for pass. We better just pass. Is what you're saying? When just on
No, if they're
schematics
waiting for
alone,
pass, if they can't stop it to begin with, so it doesn't matter if they're waiting for pass. A lot of people was waiting for pass against Barry Sanders, and they still couldn't stop him. Run, and they still couldn't stop him. They don't care if they're waiting for pass. If they can't stop it, they're going to stop it.
So essentially,
They can wait
because
all they
of
want.
Tyreek Hill and
So
Jaylen
then-
Waddle, only throw this football and make sure to get it out to them.
Once again, 60-40. I ain't going to keep repeating it till I'm blue in the face.
I'm just saying the
Out of
fact
every
that
10
so you're
pass,
saying
out of every 10
so you're
plays,
saying
you pass the ball 6 times. Do I need to break it down?
no, I'm saying that I think that
No,
you can use the same logic for the running, because you're saying if you're passing it and they can't stop it, then why go away from it? Well, why can't it be the other way with the running? If we're
Because
running
it
the
won't,
ball well
because
and it's
they'll
working,
respect-
why go away from
Because
it?
I don't believe it will be, because people don't respect our running like they will be our passing because of our elite pass catchers.
All the reason why, if they're not respecting the run, you catch them sleeping by running on them.
You're not going to fool it, because the base defense is going to stop it.
Listen, Crypto, I'm glad to see that you have a new square to stand on since Parker is gone.
Awesome. He found a new home, bro. He
He
found
found a new
home.
square, 60-40. That's the new square.
He did.
But
Yo, I
I'm
love
glad
it.
we kept Lynn Bolton
Oh man, I fucking love it.
Yeah,
I
I
like
think
this
Lynn
guy.
Bowden gonna catch
Yeah.
all that extra. He's gonna get all that extra. I think we're gonna see Lynn Bowden throw a couple of passes this year too, guys.
Oh, because you got to remember in college, he played quarterback,
He played the
running
whole
back, and wide
fucking team
receiver.
on offense. The son of a bitch
Yeah,
was everywhere. Dude.
Except tight end. That's the only place he did not
exactly.
play was tight
Nope,
end.
that's it. That's it.
And
You're
the
right.
offensive line. And the
Yeah.
offensive line.
And I bet you if they needed him in a pinch, he'd have helped out. What a fucking teammate that guy is.
Yo, El
Jeez.
Capitan, I just noticed I have to be up in about 6 hours. Listen,
Oh, dog.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, guys. Thanks for having me. This
Take
was
it easy,
great.
Vaughn.
Funny making it onto the tailgate.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
man. Fins up.
Yeah, fins up, Vaughn. We'll see you
Always,
next time, my
Von
brother.
John. Have
Later,
a good
bro.
night.
Fins up, Juan. You
Yes.
got your LA Fitness going on.
Have LA Fitness on the way out, Vaughn. Damn, dirty. Speaking of which, Vaughn reminds me, guys, make sure everybody who's watching is hitting the like
Yeah,
button.
like that.
Hit that like button, everybody. Make sure you're catching all the great content. Tomorrow's Talk 7 TMI Tuesdays with Color. Right after that, you got Open Mic with Mike on the mic. Catch him again on Saturday with Drop the Mic. Color commentary on Thursday. Every other night of the week, you got El Capitan. Cash App, Venmo, support the channel. So Vonjo's right. I gotta fucking work tomorrow too. So let's try to figure this
it's a
out.
work day, Tuesday.
I know it, bro. I know it.
Pre-hump day.
I don't want to fall asleep on you guys, Nick, because my
Pre-hump
eyes
day.
are definitely closed.
So where
Color's already asleep.
Nah, I seen Color still in the comments every now and again.
Oh.
So,
my God.
I know. Oops, sorry about that. Damn, I'm pressing all these buttons. Fucking up.
You're getting sleepy too, bro.
Mm-hmm. I
All right,
actually
hold
went in early today. I got off a little early. Got to go in late tomorrow.
So
I got to get some more Satoshis.
Some what?
Some more Satoshis.
What's a Satoshi?
It's a unit of Bitcoin.
Ah, yes. I'm just sitting and waiting. I'm not even looking at it, bro. That's the best way I'm handling it. I don't even have Bitcoin. That's how I feel with it.
Get it on the dips. All you need is 0.02, which is about $300. You heard me this morning?
I've got different coins. I've got,
Solana.
Yeah, I got Solana,
Luna.
Cardano, stuff
And
like
Luna.
that.
Yeah, Luna. Yeah, those are good.
I've got stuff that I just
Avalanche.
What's up, Color?
What's up, man?
Not a butter.
What's going on, Colin?
Oh, no, much. A little late to the party, but I figure I'd stop in for a second.
Yeah,
how's it going, Color?
You're gonna be doing co-hosting tomorrow on TMI. So
on TMI, co-host for 8 o'clock.
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock Eastern. So I don't
Okay,
know,
90. I'm in the Eastern time zone.
Oh, okay.
So, anybody got any ideas of anything exclusive they want to hear about tomorrow?
Yeah, that's kind of the deal. If anybody wants to put in the comments after the video, doesn't have to be Dolphins related because
how does Tua become Jared Goff?
Damn, that's not. See, I don't want to hear Jared Goff. I want to hear like
more. I mean, sports related, but more off the field kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean,
what
it's
we're
all
kind of going for.
I
There.
thought that would be a good topic for Cutler. Cutler was like these quarterbacks morphing into another quarterback.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would talk about that. Yeah, it's TMI, so it's basically all the stuff that you really didn't need to hear.
Yep, and
You
it's
know?
educational as a motherfucker. I
That's
learned
exactly-
shit
usually that's what
fucking time I
educated
watch
things
it.
are,
I learned fucking shit I had no idea.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Most educated things are things you don't really need to hear.
Yep.
Or nobody wants to anyway.
Or you didn't know you needed to hear it till you heard it.
Like
Booyah.
when y'all hear me go off on them tangents about like with technical shit, that's kind of what we say for that show, you know.
Yeah, no, it's got some good nuggets.
We're
in
not
that,
afraid to dabble in politics, but we don't want to make it the focus either.
Yeah, it
You
is
know.
it's a stretched purview of that
It is
does
the
get,
place for politics, though. If you want to, if people want to engage in that.
Yeah, without being political, more of sport politics, but not how real politics doesn't involve in sports and has its type of things too. So it's a fucking different show.
Like we don't avoid Dolphins talk, but like you'll quite
not the
frequently
focal
see
point.
people in the chat saying, "Oh, come on, talk about the Dolphins," and it's like, we're not really kind of going for that.
Yeah,
the Don Shula, Bill Belichick's rivalry.
Ooh,
Yeah, or even like
that could be good.
The Shanahan tree talk, and stuff like that.
Anthony's got a good one too. Who win the finals?
The basketball or
the
the
Jazz.
Basketball finals coming up. Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a good one right there.
That's a good one. Yeah. Okay.
But also, for instance,
the
if you
play-in
want
is
to talk
tomorrow.
about
Review or gauge of the AFC from Q. That's good as fuck too.
Yeah.
AFC.
For instance, let's say if you wanted to hear about the difference between how Ray Rice was treated as opposed to Tyreek Hill, that might be something we talk about on TMI.
Ooh, see, that's a good. That's actually
yeah.
right up the TMI. And you know what else is a staple of TMI is cause for cleats.
Yep.
They pick a player and they do their cause for cleats, which I always think is a
And
good
mainly
idea.
because the NFL just gives us a couple of the star players, and that's all we hear about.
Yeah,
we're trying to go through
from
like
big media,
tell
you get
you
the
about
big
the
guys.
guys nobody ever hears about, what their causes are. You know what I mean?
Everybody knows the, cause for cleats for Derrick Henry or something like that, or at least you get to hear it. You don't get to hear it from the long snapper from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? That guy, and he has a real
we didn't
thing.
even get to hear Tua's.
You get to there's a guy like that where guess what, his cause for cleats probably impacts somebody in some way that needs to be recognized, and that's what we feel about it. That's why I think
if
it's
I'm not mistaken, I think Tua's is youth education. I want to say
Nelson has a great one. Why hasn't Chris Long been on Get Up?
Well, we all have to let things blow over sometimes. That's the
Damn.
turtle,
Nelson has another one. How many people we let go over the years that got rings after the Dolphins let him go? Damn,
that's a good topic.
Good one,
yeah. Tua's cause for cleats is the Tua Foundation for youth health and wellness. Just so everybody knows, good cause. I think the Tua Lays might be part of that foundation.
They
too.
are.
I'm not sure.
They are. It's a donation, and then you get the lay.
Right.
Yeah,
we get me a lay before he's out of Miami, man.
It's I think it's just good to shed light on that. I mean,
well, who doesn't want an aqua and orange lay? Forget Tua. It's an aqua and orange Hawaiian lay.
I mean, you can't go wrong with it. That's for damn sure. It definitely
I
could
would
rock
buy
it.
a box of them and ship them over to Hawaii just so somebody could pass them out for free.
That would be dope.
Yeah,
maybe we ought to do something like that. Gather up some donates for a box of Lays, Tua Lays, to be just rain down on Hawaii.
I want to put purple in them so they know it's from the TFTG, though.
Well, yeah, sure, we could get a few purple ones. Like if you get the purple one, we'll drop them out of an airplane.
Yeah,
no, just the purple. There'll be like 2 purple ones, and if you get
every
a purple one, you get
no, like prize. In the lay, it'll be aqua and orange and white throughout, but every 5th one will be purple, and they'll be like, "Why the fuck's this one purple?" It'll take them a while to figure it out. Then they'll be like,
"Damn." You'd have to ask Tua to do that. I think you might have copyrighted the aqua and orange lay.
Copyright the fucking colors of the Dolphins on a lay? Holy shit!
Oh, that's pretty bold.
Otherwise,
severe fucking power,
around
dude.
with a bunch of knockoff aqua and orange lays, man.
Dude, that's like copyrighting a smell or a taste. You can't do that.
I copyright the color blue.
Well, it's also got a number 1. It's got a number 1 charm on it too. It's got a number 1 charm on it, so it's
you know what? So we stole a color and a number, is what you're saying?
Well, the NFL owns the rights to those colors, the color combination.
Hey, Chris, I got a topic for you.
All right, what's good?
What about the past Dolphin logo versus today's Dolphin logo?
Come again?
You mean you talking about like in
Dolphin
recent
logo
memory, in recent memory, or what? Because
some people like the the Dolphin logo, the past Dolphin logo, as compared to the one that we have today.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think it's unanimous. Everybody wants the helmet back. I think there's now. Is it the last one we had in the early?
This one looks like a whale. It looks like a freaking whale.
Dude, the Jason Taylor era logo
like a
is
whale.
the apex of that style.
I agree. I got
me.
one of those logo hats around somewhere. I don't know where to.
It may not be your favorite or the best looking, but it's the apex of that style. It's
Shit
like
was dope.
the artist.
What's
could
going
not
on,
take
guys?
That design any further than that.
What's going
How's
on?
everybody doing?
What's going on, Mr. Alex? What's going on? Alex in the house.
Yeah, freaking my remote control took a beating today after watching the freaking Mets game today.
I wanted to.
Oh, really?
Hold on, Alex. Just real quick, I wanted to let Pulp Fins know that every single time we have a special guest and I get a chance to ask him a couple questions, him or her, and I forgot to ask Del Freaky, damn it. But that's like a staple of mine. I gotta ask what their favorite logo is. So that's not.
I wanted to ask Del Freaky some more questions so that
I'll get in a topic like that.
What's that color? I couldn't hear you.
I was saying that I that's actually a staple of mine. Whenever we have a special guest on TFTG, I usually ask them what their favorite logo is. So I'll probably I could work something in on TMI about the logo. That'd be cool. I don't know if Tonk is indifferent to it or not.
I'm sure. Well, that would be I don't think he's indifferent, but it would be good to get. You'll get a live reaction of how he feels about the logos to it. So that's part of the allure too, because he has no skin in the game in some ways. There's no.
That's what I'm saying. He's indifferent.
What's up, Ant?
Yo, what's up?
What's going on? What's going
What's up,
on?
man?
That's not
much.
is it?
The one with the helmet from the 70s is the best one.
I disagree. I think I'm on the same line with color. That to me, it's the
early 90s.
The one in the early 2000s.
The ring in my
that was
name avatar. The ring in my name avatar is from that era.
That's the hardest one.
Not that one, bro. You're not the new logo. The last one, he was wearing the helmet. Color, hold it down for a second. I'm gonna go get it. Hold it down.
I know you're talking about though, Chris.
I'm gonna grab the hat real quick. I got one. It's an older one.
Yeah. I know exactly what hat he's talking about too.
That's why I say that's a good topic of discussion right there. The logo.
I like
it's
that
the
one
cartoony looking one. The one from the Jason Taylor era is the cartoony looking one that's got blue highlights.
Yeah, that's the one from '97 to.
It's like to like 13. I think we changed it in 13 or 14.
Yeah, to this one. Yeah. This one it looks like a whale.
But we've already changed this one twice now. In case you guys didn't realize, we made an adjustment to the size of the ring and also the brightness and the type of orange is the darker redder orange, and the blue and the aqua is like it was in the 70s, but with the new logo and all that. I don't know if you guys noticed that. There's actually a difference. The original change, the Tannehill logo, the ring is actually more of a lighter orange. The new orange is more of a red orange, like it used to be. And
and I noticed the green now is lighter
a little
too.
bit bigger on the helmet. You know what I mean? So that I don't know if y'all caught that in a news article, but I saw that they did actually make adjustments to our new one already.
Yeah, that's why we can't go back to the original right now. I think we have to wait like a year or two.
Yeah, they thought they still liked the design. They just needed to make it. But they fit. It's almost like it's like Microsoft trying to change the aspect of a program because they hear what people want, and it's like, well, yeah, but we just wanted it to work the way it used to. It used to do that. Don't create something new. To make us think that you're fulfilling a problem when the old product was fine.
That's like
it was actually what we want back.
I'll tell you what, though, guys.
What you talking about, Color?
Here it is.
Hold
on, let me show you.
The green. I like the aqua though. The aqua is better than what it was.
Yeah, the color aqua.
That one.
I know that one's a porpoise
from the late '80s, early.
I got a hat.
Look at the mean mugging. Look at how he looks.
Somebody
Look at
like
that porpoise
Farrell
right
Yeah,
there.
I like that.
or
That's
John
a
Offerdahl. That
porpoise.
aqua was so tight. It's more green.
A buddy of mine used to make fun of that logo. Said that one looks like a damn porpoise all the time. So.
The satiny aqua
That porpoise
from the
rape
early
of it in
90s.
the wild. Watch out.
That's
They
my
known for
favorite
their
aqua.
sexual activity. Those porpoises. They'll put
Yeah,
their
they
shit
are.
up on you. Watch out. Porpoise, they
best-
take that shit.
That's the best
Fuck
one.
around, won't be
And by the
around.
way, I think
Listen,
we could
I've been
all agree.
fishing
Hey,
with
Chris,
my
that's the best one.
cousin. It's the hands down the best one. I've been fishing with my cousin in Sanibel, and we were standing about waist deep in the water, and we're killing mackerel. Spanish mackerel are schooling up, and there was snook coming up, and out of the darkness of the water, which was bright as hell, couldn't even see him, this dolphin comes up right between him and I and smashes up on the shore and grabs like a massive fucking snook right in the mouth. I'm talking, dude, if it ran into a broken fucking leg, how hard it hit that fucking shore. Scared the shit out of us, dude. If it was a shark, we'd have been torn the fuck up, bro. Scared the fuck out of us, dude. We're like, oh shit.
We could all agree also that forget the logo, forget whatever. Just can we have aqua face masks back? There's nothing better than aqua.
Yes,
face
oh,
masks.
thank you.
Please.
Yes, I agree.
I don't like
And
the
can we
gray
please
face
bring
masks.
back the
I'd
orange
rather have
jerseys?
white face masks than gray ones. Like that's the
Oh,
one
listen,
thing about the 70s
on that,
I
Alex.
didn't like was the gray face mask.
On that, Alex, I'm hearing they're bringing back an orange jersey this year. So
Yes,
I'm
thank
hearing
you.
that
Color
they're gonna
rush?
put a
Hell
game.
yeah, dude.
No, not in the
What?
color rush. Like they're gonna put it in that they're gonna get like that old school orange back.
Zach Thomas one.
As an
Yeah.
alternate?
I think as
An
an alternate, bro.
Yeah, it would
I
have
think
to
as
be
an
an
Oh,
alternate. I
shit.
think as a
Oh,
fucking alternate,
shit.
bro. I think
Why
as an
can't we ever
alternate.
do
Yes,
white on orange
yes.
pants though, man?
I think as an alternate. I know we're gonna see it no matter
They-
what. Listen, it's been popping up all
They
over
wore
Fanatics. They know
that
before
orange
everybody,
jersey the
bro.
first night. The first time they wore the orange jerseys was in 2004 in a Monday Night Football game against the Patriots, and that was the game where everybody thought we were gonna get blown out, and we ended up upsetting the Patriots that night.
Wasn't that was the Ricky Williams game, wasn't it?
Yep.
No, well, Ricky Williams retired that year.
That was
That was the Monday
the
Night
one
Football game. We were
that
like 3-12.
Jason Taylor
were.
had them big sacks on Brady.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and then
that's hard.
Sammy
It's
Knight,
hard,
Sammy
Crypto,
Knight
because
picked up Brady to seal the
Jason
game.
Taylor had like 50 games like that.
Yeah. And that was the year that AJ Philly threw the Darius Thompson on 4th down for the touchdown. He threw the Darius Thompson on
the Philly
4th.
special?
Like
Why
4th
not?
and 10.
Why not home white jerseys with really, really heavy aqua highlights on orange pants, man? What the hell, people? Make it happen.
I don't know.
Last time we were
I don't like the
I'm
orange
not talking
pants,
about
man.
creamsicle pants. I'm
With
talking about
Tannehill.
like orange, like dark red orange pants. You know what I mean? With white jerseys with thick aqua highlights, so it's not like Tampa looking.
I don't know. I just remember how ugly those creamsicles were that one time. Remember that shit?
Yeah, but
Oh
that's
my
that
god.
was the new pastel orange, man.
Oh my
You
god.
know?
No, that creamsicle, dude, it
rush
hurt your
orange.
eyes to look at it.
It made
Everybody
them look
looked
like
they-
powder puffs, bro.
It made them look like they were all
At
wearing
least-
spandex. It did
At
not
least
look
like the
appealing.
early 80s when we had the thick orange.
Which one are you
striped
talking about,
pants.
Chris?
That'd be
Which one are you
nice.
talking about?
You know?
I can just remember seeing you know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'll see if I can find it. I know
All
Cameron
whites
Wake.
with a thick orange stripe, man. That's what we needed back. We need to bring that shit back.
They wore that for a game, Chris?
Yeah.
that's
That
early
was
80s,
that was the
mid-80s.
Monday Night
No,
Football
color.
game
I'm
pants
talking about
with
the
a thick
color.
orange
I'm talking
stripe.
about the creamsicles that the Dolphins wore. That orange creamsicle.
No,
what
yeah,
they
you're
wore
talking
that
about
one.
color rush. The color rush.
Oh, you're talking
period.
about
Yeah.
the Bengals game in 2016 when the Thursday night
Yes,
game.
yes.
Okay.
The walk-off safety and shit.
I think that's when it was
Oh,
exposed
no,
that
not
the new
that one I'm
artist
talking
like
about.
chose the
No,
wrong
maybe
orange.
not.
Like they
No,
needed
not
to
that
get
one.
back
I'm
on the
talking
color
about.
wheel.
I just know that
No.
that creamsicle color
That
rush
was the home
was
game.
No, the creamsicle color rush you're talking about, Chris,
That's the
was when we
total
played the
wrong
Bengals.
orange, man.
It was when Kenny Stills had that long touchdown from Ryan Tannehill. That was the only touchdown that we scored that entire game.
All right, hold up. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Tampa
Ugliest
Bay
ass
used to wear
uniform ever.
creamsicle.
I'm all for all orange, just not that freaking orange.
Oh yeah,
man.
they
There
showed
it is
whoever
right
said
there.
that. You right about that. They did wear
Yep.
that
Oh, look
orange
at that.
sickle years
I mean,
back.
how
Tampa
is that
Bay.
not
Tampa Bay won
Bay
creamsicle.
Hold on.
reborn?
Yeah.
That was the Bengals game. We wore that game. That was the Bengals game.
Take those pants and put white jerseys, man, with thick aqua highlights. That would be badass.
No. Take that shit and set it on fire.
Darken the
that
orange.
shit, dude. Look at the helmets. Don't match.
I'm
the whole
saying
fucking
darken
thing
the
looks
orange.
ridiculous.
I'm saying go back to the correct orange. Though.
Why are they wearing all white
aqua.
helmets with an aqua stripe down the middle? And someone needs to get fired for that shit right there.
I know.
We need all aqua, completely aqua.
We've done that recently.
Dude, get the same
Yeah, we
color
did.
as
Talking
the
about all
field.
aqua color.
Get the same color as the field.
Yeah, that was bad.
Give them the same exact.
Game.
What
That's
game?
one of
Hey,
our,
Chris,
It was the Ravens game. Went all aqua.
That's actually
Hey,
one
Chris,
of
I
our
got
road
another question
schemes.
too.
What's up?
Do we need to change our mascot also? Because I've been hearing a lot of negative things about our mascot.
We're gonna change our mascot to the Penguins.
Oh, I
No,
see
they're
what you
talking
mean.
about
I see what he means.
No, Paul Fins. That's TD Fins talk, not TD the
We're
mascot.
changing it to the Penguins. That's our new mascot.
They want to cancel TD Fins talk, not TD.
Yeah, they want to cancel TD Fins talk so bad that they're getting rid of the mascot. That's fucked up.
Yeah, they can't
Oh
stand
my
his
God, are
name.
you
His
serious?
name is TD. They can't stand it. They're like, get that guy out of the stadium.
You know, I do miss Snowflake though. I mean, that
Still
was
got Snowflake. That's still the name of the dolphin on the helmet.
Who's Snowflake?
The
TD is just the guy, the mascot on the field, the
No,
guy that runs around.
They used to have real dolphin crypto named Snowflake.
wasn't
back in the
Snowflake
70s.
the name of the last
The mascot? What you
That's
talking
the
about?
name of the
Color?
dolphin on the
last
helmet.
real dolphin that they had was last name
Yeah,
was
they
Snowflake.
had every time he
that's
scored
the
a
name of the
touchdown.
dolphin on the helmet.
Every time he scored a touchdown, he would kick the field. He would kick the ball across the field goal post.
You know, back in the day, they had an actual dolphin flipper in the tank.
No, that's Snowflake.
That's Snowflake.
That's
bro.
Snowflake.
That's Snowflake. That's what I'm talking about. That would be dope. You know what they
Yeah.
should do?
And
You know
they
what
kidnap
Stephen
Snowflake and
Ross
Ace
should
Ventura.
do? Is he should have a fucking tank all the way around the stadium with dolphins swimming around that motherfucker. How cool would that be, bro?
And then they
That
might
would be
like
nice,
they might
man.
the dolphins
no,
might like
actually,
play
no,
games
they-
and like
they
race
can't do
around the
that,
thing like
Chris.
a track.
Yeah, they're just
Oh no,
cruising around
that's
the
cruel
whole
to the
time.
animals.
Hell
They
yeah.
can't do that
That's cruel to
Why
the
not?
animals, I think.
because PETA would get involved.
Man, fuck
You
that.
ever heard of Miami Seaquarium?
Fuck out of here.
PETA's already trying to cancel out Miami Seaquarium right now.
PETA doesn't step foot in South Florida, Alexander.
Yeah, what do you mean, bro?
PETA would end up out with the Gators. You know what I mean?
They should do that with the Dolphins and do the roller coaster and the rafters up there.
we're like-
Fucking coolest stadium ever, bro.
We're like Australia.
Hit me
without
up,
the
Mr.
steroids,
Ross.
man.
I
Ain't
got
no
some
PETA
other
coming
ideas
down
I can
here.
throw at you, dog. Holler at your boy, Mr. Ross. I got ideas like this all over the motherfucking place. Look you up, dog. You know what I mean? I got.
Where would they put the? How would they
Matter of
put
fact,
it?
I just seen an iguana race across the road the other day. Thought my mom's like, "Oh, poor thing. Hope nobody hits him." I'm like, more where they came from.
Oh man, them bitches is everywhere, bro.
I'm
It's
telling you,
it's-
they're falling out of
it's
trees,
a problem.
man.
Tree chicken.
Hey, my wife says that's bad luck if you run over an iguana.
I've been here my whole life. That's the first time I've ever heard that. Tree.
Yeah,
You never heard no motherfucking tree chicken, bro? Fucking wake up, cuz. God damn, boy.
Wow.
Watch yourself. Check yourself before you wreck
Holy
yourself. Don't you know you
That
can't
must
starve
have
in
been
this state?
created while I was on hiatus.
Get
in
yourself some
Missouri.
tree chicken and some heart of the palm swamp cabbage, and you out there eating like a king.
That ain't it.
Cabbage and tree chicken.
Huh? Swamp cabbage real as a motherfucker. What you mean?
Okay, but how are the eggs in the morning though? That's what I want to know.
Well, if you can get the chicken, you can get some eggs, dude. Them bitches is fast out in the wild, and them chickens got one eye missing and a claw that
So the
got razors
big,
on it.
The
and
big
shit.
colorful males, are they called?
I know.
roosters?
Listen, I know where there's some wild roosters and hens right now within like 10 miles of me right now. I know where there's a whole bunch of can't go get their ass. I mean, you could if you had enough motherfuckers to box them in, but they're out there. I know exactly where he's at. Big old white rooster. Got a whole bunch
Hey,
of
go down
bitches
the
with
highway. You'll find chickens everywhere.
Yeah.
Look, I tell you what, you go down, you go by
Chris,
Old
y'all can
Cutler
hear the
Road,
roosters in
you'll
the
see a
morning
lot of
where you're at,
peacocks.
can't you?
Oh, and they got them all over.
Like-
fucking peacocks in whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I was gonna say like north of Okeechobee, you can actually hear roosters in the morning. It's pretty much
Huh.
everywhere.
Shit. You go wherever the interstate is in in whether you're on the West Coast or the East Coast, if you're on the land side of the interstate, there are roosters out there. There's farm country in the middle of this bitch.
Yeah, I lived in Denellen for like a couple years.
Oh, you talking about over there by Chrome?
Roosters in the morning.
Talking about a whole state. The whole state got farm. But up in Ocala area, in Ocala National Forest, they got peacocks running wild, and they're loud as shit. They get at the top of the tree and scream at like the crack of dawn, like scared the shit out you, bro. Go out there camping or something, scared the fucking daylights out you.
Yeah, we got deer too.
Kinda.
I mean, we're not like carabiners or nothing.
No, you go to Odessa, Florida, you see some deer up there.
Oh yeah, Odessa's loaded.
Deer in Key West.
Florida too. They got tons of deer. I was actually camping one time, and shout out to Zach Sealer, does his thing in Florida, the hunting ground. But I was out there camping with a friend of mine when we were younger, and his dad woke us up and we went out, and he found all these deer that were migrating, because out there's this place called the Corbett area, and the Corbett area is a natural game thing for in the middle of the state, and it runs all the way up the state, where there's hunting in there, stuff like that.
Starts out off the Beeline Highway out of Riviera
It's
Beach.
where the deer travel in the rut when it gets cold and shit. He woke us up and he had this big ass spotlight, and as we were getting closer to this like dip, it was getting louder. It sounded like, I don't know what the hell it was, dude. There was like thousands and thousands, like as far as the eye could see, which is all these eyes that glued up with deer. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. You couldn't have shot anything, a buck shot, anything, any direction, and not hit deer. There were so many of them. Not that that's what we were doing. We were just checking them out. But yeah, Florida got some crazy ass wildlife.
Yeah, it's Australia without the steroids.
That's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we got skunk apes and what have you.
Everything.
Fuck.
Lots of crocodile.
Thorny.
Palk fins.
Dude, my
skunk
boy.
ape. No bullshit. Totally fucking had to run from skunk ape when I was younger with my boy. Out in the middle of nowhere, out in Okeechobee. Straight up, skirt as a muh.
And they got so many psychedelic plants in Florida.
Yeah, I don't even know what
it's literally like a doorway to like another universe. Florida is like a portal to another universe.
Hey, my boy, one day we were having a freaking bonfire out in the Everglades over there on Lock Road in Boca. And freaking my boy decided, you know what? Let me just go out and Gator Infested Water and go pick up a gator out the water and just go bring him on shore. That motherfucker grabbed a freaking baby gator, freaking brought him on shore and started showing all the girls and everything. He only did this to show off in front of the girls and shit like that, but everybody thinking he's crazy ass.
Just a lizard.
How big? Just a little baby one? How did
it was like a 5 footer. Not that big. 5 or 6 footer.
A 5 footer?
Yeah,
6 foot
4 or
up
5
off
footer.
the ground?
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's a junior. That's a pup right there.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you know what? Up in Odessa, in certain waterways up there, that's what they put the little gators in there to reach a certain size. They actually do that.
Odessa's got some land out there. That's over. I know some spots out in Odessa. They got those cow patty farms out there. I've been out there before.
Oh yeah. That's what I thought Alex was actually doing out there.
That's
like
what
right
I've
after
done
a rainstorm.
Bunch of surfer friends of mine running around out there. We're fishing, officer. We're
fishing. Yeah.
No, we have like a bonfire. Bro, bonfires in Florida during the cold weather, best time. Best thing, bro. Best thing. I'm telling you. You have a whole bunch of friends with some
that
beer.
or on the beach, because you can have bonfire on the beach damn near all
That
day long.
or on the beach, yeah. But we decided, there was a spot. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but before they shut it down, it was Lock Road in Boca off of 441.
Oh yeah.
And you used to go when you go down all the way to the end of Lock Road, go all the way down to the end, you make a little left, and there's a whole the Everglades are right there. Right. You got the beach area there, and you got the lake like right there next to it.
Hey,
Is that where they load in the airboats and shit right there?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? I know exactly what you're
right out at
talking
the end
about.
of that road, there's a guy.
There's like a horse ranch. There's a horse
guy
ranch
that does airboat tours. His name's Lyle Thomas.
You know what
Lyle Thomas also made his own brand of fishing lures. If you ever heard of Lyle Thomas lures,
I was wondering where I heard the name before.
Yeah,
because I know that
he used to run an airboat guide service right out off Locks Road, where Alexander's talking about.
For people who ain't been to the Everglades, you'd be surprised how clear and clean that water is out there. Like when you first get out there and like your idea of the Everglades, you're thinking like
swamp
creature from the Black Lagoon. Right. You go out there, that water's fucking crystal clear, clear, right through to the bottom. You can't tell 5 feet from 50. So it's pretty cool. Go out there and check it. Man, Florida should be paying me some advertising money. I'm over singing in motherfucking
Florida
praises right now.
Board. We need to call up the governor and be like, yo, DeSantis, we need
DeSantis is a businessman too. He might be.
I know. He'd probably do it. He'd probably like, you know.
Shit. But Florida is a beautiful state. It's a beautiful state. I mean, and it has so many little towns in it that you wouldn't even expect. There's so many towns in Florida that it's crazy.
Yeah, and like you can go to different parts of the state to like have full on atmosphere changes. Like you're like, I'm in Florida right now. Don't even look.
I don't want no
feel
crocodiles in my swimming pool.
It's just like Arizona, man.
Get an above ground pool. Get an above ground pool.
And then you want to see find their way up there. If you want to see some hills and orange clay, go to Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm. Listen, you can see hills right there just north and like on your way to Gainesville between Tampa and
Denellen.
Between Tampa and Orlando on your way just due north to Gainesville. That whole fucking area, I swear to God, your ears pop going up and down that bitch. I'm telling you, you're way high up on altitude.
Silver Springs, all that whole area.
All that there used to be a mountain there, they say, but they destroyed that bitch.
You know what?
Disney destroyed the mountain that took the heart of the mountain.
The land is raised there. Like out in Denellen, there's this huge rock quarry that we used to all go chill at. Like it's like looked as big as any big canyon. You know what I mean?
The land, you mean? I know they call it
Denellen. No, Denellen.
Denellen.
Like out just west of Ocala, like 15 minutes west of Ocala. It's like Ocala's rural area, basically.
And there's that whole heart of the state north of Ocala, like southwest of Duval. I ain't even been all up in that bitch to even know much what that looks like. That's the next part of the state I want to.
Check out the Itchituckney River through there. It's a spring-fed river. No gators, no nothing, man. Freaking you tube down the thing all day. It's pretty badass.
Fucking right. That's what I'm talking about, bro. But we got springs all up in this bitch. You know what? Never mind. Florida's terrible. Don't come here, everybody. Terrible place to come. Stay out.
If you stick that's why I'm moving out of here. In northern Florida, if you
that's why I'm moving to
Texas. Stay away from the alligators because the water's too cold for them.
I'm telling you, the gator will get you in your ass. You know why? Because the problem, most dangerous gator is a gator in a populated area because that means people been fucking with it and feed them. Yeah. That's gator. Those are the gators that always
get. I gotta keep my distance.
It happens, man. So
I like Steve Irwin, but
I'm gonna call it night, guys.
All right, we'll see you, Alex. I'm getting ready to
shut the show down tomorrow. I just want to come up here and BS with you guys a little bit. It was a pleasure, man. You guys have a great night. Stay safe and God bless.
God bless you, bud. Take it easy.
Thanks, all right, Alex.
Later, brother. Yeah, it's time for closing time. And closing time. Make sure everybody subscribe, hit the channel.
Thank you, Miss Fins.
Thank you, Miss Fins, for the help. Color, Crypto, Mr. Miami Pawkins. I know Crypto don't like this statement. He doesn't like hearing about the run game, but that's what zone blocking kind of means is to again, balance is key. And you're right, Crypto. They got to feed the ball to the other guys. They got to get it out to these playmakers. Not getting it out to it is a waste of money and resources and really doesn't help us answer questions with Tua being able to be the guy. And I hope to see early and often big shots down the field with one-on-one Waddle or Hill. Because you gotta look at it and go, you know what? There's my matchup. I have the blocking. Take that, 4-step drop and take a big step up, or 5-step drop and 3-step drop, and just heave that bitch up there and let your guy go to work. And he needs to do that to keep defenses honest, to then grind out football games with a purposeful run game.
Yeah. That'll
I
work.
just want to say, bro, that fucking microphone you got is the most consistent ass freaking sound I've ever heard somebody's voice go through, bro. I'm just saying.
Fire ass microphone. And guess what, everybody? You can hit the link in the description below to get yourself one of these badass microphones.
It's amazing. You know, I actually saw.
Is that a Blue Yeti?
Check this out. I saw a 5-way comparison review on YouTube the other day, and the guy didn't. The guy was like not like putting it below all the. I'm like, this dude hasn't like actually heard one in service for any length of time, dude. That's the most consistent freaking sound, dude. It's like there's no echo. It's like we're standing there right in the room talking to you, bro.
Bro, I'm in a big ass space. I got a fan going that you don't hear. And sometimes my laundry's running where I can hear it loud as day. And most times it doesn't even show up on the camera because of the action that cuts it.
I mean, look, you're
in
moving
half.
it around and shit.
Yeah,
It's
look.
like your voice is not even changing at all.
It's fucking
I mean,
fire,
if you
bro.
back way up, it'll get lower, but
yeah, I can get back here.
Let's see there, right there. It's not much different, bro.
It's not.
Like,
it really isn't.
dude, that's
and
a
even then,
champ
how about now?
microphone
Because
right
now
there.
I have it turned up all the way. So it has very good consistency. I did a lot of research on this
button
mic.
on the top. They've got a multicolor RGB version that's like $20 or $30 more.
Yep.
Gain knob and microphone. I mean, I'm sorry, gain knob and headset jack on the thing. You can see it's got the built-in suspension package. You know, the what do you call that? The shock mount.
Yes, this shock mount.
Right.
I think it. I mean, bro, it just.
They also make a pop filter that's made by HyperX that locks right around it and shields the front of it.
I wouldn't know what to need it for. I don't hear this bitch
mean,
pop
for people
ever.
that use it for that type of thing, you know, it does have a nice.
What do you mean? You don't want me to use it for that
OEM,
kind of thing? I mean, I can get up in that mode.
Pop filter, you know.
I know, right? Miss Finn's color out here marketing like a motherfucker right now.
Well, I mean, this is complete observation, bro. I use a $35 Marantz. I mean, and I thought it sounded good for the price. People don't really know about Marantz, man, but that microphone is
I know I go way back, Color.
What's that, Crypto?
I go way back. I know about the Marantz.
You know about Marantz. That's what I'm saying. Their microphones are cheap as hell, Crypto, and they're like studio quality, man. This is their USB mic right here, portable USB mic. 35
well, you know,
bucks
I wanted to get a mic and not need to fuck about and get another one. And I did some good research and made sure I was prepared to spend the money it was going to take. And I only wanted to hang on to it for a while. I wanted to be kind of a staple. And I noticed nobody's got the mic.
That's still not going to break the bank, though, Chris. That the red alone version is like 80 or 90 bucks, and then the RGB version is like 119 or something, or maybe a little more. I can't remember, but they're not ridiculous expensive.
RGB.
No shit, Gary. Listen, Gary, I used to fuck about the Oyster Pub in that whole area. And you know what's across the street from the Oyster Pub, if you know the area well. And I used to stomp around that joint as well. Holla at your boy, that whole thing. Well, this is downtown Daytona. And if Gary knows that, as I can see the ocean deck, I used to go to.
I miss what you said, Chris. What you say was the Blue Oyster?
No, not Razzles. No, it's the Oyster Pub. Not Razzles, the place across the street from that. So
I thought you said, you know what the old famous Blue Oyster was on Police Academy.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. And
there's
right,
I just going to say that. Crypto, man. Keep off the trade, Crypto. I knew what you meant as soon as you said that.
But yeah, I stomped around Daytona for like 15 years.
Oh, I think I'm gonna add that to my soundboard, Crypto. The when they go every time they get stuck going into the Blue Oyster.
Right.
Man,
put that on your soundboard.
Right, just the first part, man. That'd be great.
And you have a picture of Hightower and Tackleberry in the background.
You know.
There you go.
Gary know what it is. You know what it is. You know what it is? It's called Molly Brown's. That's a spot out there, Molly Brown's. Go out that, man. There's a badass. Used to be called Frank's Front Row. I don't know if it's still called that now, but they used to host like local bands, and some bands would come in there and play live. Dude, I saw these one guys.
It's
Best
third row since COVID, man.
Nah, they don't fuck about in that area. Everybody a bunch of scumbags anyhow, so they don't give a shit. They had this Rage Against the Machine cover band that was dude, it was like watching Rage. These guys looked the part, sang the part. It was on the money, dude. Those guys killed it in that So, Squid, what you talking about, bro? Ain't no hot girls at Razzles. It's a freaking dance joint. There's hot chicks there. I promise you, dog. I'll come back when I go. I still got family over. Maybe I'll come meet you at that bitch. I'll help a brother out.
They're all over the place.
They everywhere. This is Florida. They all up in this month. Get yourself one. So, all right, guys. Let's now that we're completely off the rails, I'm gonna close this bitch down. I did want to say something that
See right there, Crypto. I'd hit that sound font.
Crypto, stop that, man.
You're working towards that sound thing, aren't you?
I've been working hard on getting my sound system built here. Yeah.
Crypto do that, man. I'm gonna go crazy.
I haven't even started the feeding it through OBS part yet.
The MIDI board.
Yeah, I'm still just trying to get it set up to be able to be ergonomic to where I just got a sound bank that I can hit buttons on. Then it's like, okay, now how do I incorporate it into OBS?
Boo. Oh, sorry. All right, my fault. All right.
TMI.
All right.
TMI.
Tomorrow, TMI. Talk 7 TMI. Live at 9. Color commentary and talk. Be there or be square. Open mic right after that. Drop the mic on Saturday. Colors again on Thursday. And you got me all the other time. All right, guys. I'm out of here. Take it easy, everybody. See you guys next time.